Hey, so hello, Dick.
Hello.
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 Hello. All right.
Welcome to the Clika Podcast.
Not yet, Dick, not yet.
Hello.
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 Hello. Some more.
Hello.
Start it again. That was garbage.
Yeah.
That was straight trash, Dick.
Hello.
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 Hello. Are we recording?
Yes, we are.
That was horrible.
Welcome to the Clika Podcast. I am Chris. I'm sitting next to.
Beto, trapped on the internet. Help.
Sitting next to.
Joel.
Sitting next to.
Bago.
Sitting next to.
Rick.
And we are La Clika. So this week, Vinnie Paul passed away. He is known as one of the co-founders of Pantera.
And Damage Plan and eventually Hell Yeah. Both heavy metal bands.
Now, he was one of those different kind of drummers. I don't know. His drumming was more... I don't know. It had more groove-oriented than what metal was accustomed to.
For sure.
And,
He had a really distinct sound, too. It almost sounded like... And I know the band I played with for a while, our drummer kind of adopted some of his approach in the sense that he would tape these like metal coin type of things to the kick drums so that when the hitter would hit the beater would hit the skin, it produced like a click.
Like a bright attack.
Yeah, or super bad attack, which the producers hated because recording that shit's, spikes that shit. But he had his own unique sound and he had his own, like you said, unique approach to like grooving in the metal scene. It wasn't this like kind of rice cake fucking dry sound. It was a really punchy, I don't know if you want to call it triggered or what, but I thought it was cool. And I jumped into the Pantera sound at Vulgar Display of Power and then went back in time to Cowboys from Hell and followed them upwards from that. But yeah, definitely a huge loss. And I'm feeling it. Pantera meant a lot to me, but it's hard because the music is sort of inseparable from what I grew up with. And it's attached to a lot of emotional and really beautiful memories and stuff. So all in all, keeping it on track. This is a big loss for the metal world. I think we're all feeling it for those of us who connected with that sound. So, big up to the Abbott family and much love and respect. Rest in peace, Vinnie Paul. And if there's any silver lining to this is that he's reunited with Dimebag Darrell, who was taken from us several years ago in some really brutal incident way back in the day where he was murdered on stage.
Which is kind of scary. I mean, that really must have put a fear in a lot of touring musicians where people are just, you're up there defenseless.
Yeah, you're exposed to whomever, especially in these smaller clubs where, security's pretty lax. It's a pretty casual environment where the stage and the crowd are kind of one. Anybody could just wander up there and crawl on the stage, and as long as you ain't tripping and you ain't being a snapper, no one's going to sweat you. Mm-hmm. And, that's probably how that perpetrator got up there and carried out that nonsense. But, yeah, man, big loss, and I feel for the family.
I think Pantera really came on its own when with Phil Ensemble came in, because they had albums before that were kind of like just typical,
They were doing more of a glam thing, it seems.
like a glam metal.
Yeah, they were definitely influenced, from what I understand, by like Judas Priest and a lot of those like Iron Maiden type British Invasion bands.
Yeah.
Van Halen.
And Van Halen. But they ended up kind of coming into their own and really kind of carving out that power groove stuff.
I mean, they took a page to the White Zombie riffage book, I guess, because they were doing White Zombie was doing that around the same time with that groove metal, made you like bob your head more than headbang, and I thought that was kind of cool, and I like the Dimebag's correlation with his Vinnie's kick, because the riffage, the attack was on the bass drums and on his picking hand. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I've read interviews where they were recounting how they started jamming it in the first place. They were playing along to "Smoke in the Water" by Deep Purple, and when they got that shit together for the first time, Vin on drums and Dimebag on guitar, And listeners, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what kicked off that feeling like, yo, we can do this. We're going to rock this shit. And that kind of put him on the path to ultimately becoming what we would know as Pantera and that signature sound.
Because, no one was doing what they were doing, and that's what made them kind of like stand out from everybody else and made them really popular, because every album got heavier and heavier and heavier.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can't mistake Dimebag Darrell's guitar playing, Vinnie Paul's drumming, that combination. If somebody were to play, I don't know, maybe a couple of seconds of a Pantera song and didn't tell you that it was Pantera, you'd guess it right away because they have that signature sound.
No doubt.
Just like Megadeth has that signature sound with Dave Mustaine in his voice, just like Metallica, like their, sound and Hetfield's voice and whatnot.
And you could contribute that with like the Edge from U2 has its own signature sound.
Exactly.
And Van Halen had its own signature sound. You could, even if it's like a new song or a lost song that no one's ever heard before, like within the first, like you said, the first few seconds, you automatically know it's a Pantera song.
Yeah.
And if I may interject, I'm really curious as to how much of our listener audience considers themselves a metalhead. I know that term has kind of changed a lot throughout the course of the years. I was reflecting recently at how, and I don't have a better word for it, but how segregated the music scene was when I was a youngster. There was the metalheads, there was like the rebel guys, there was the hip hop heads and the breakers, and everybody kind of had their own lane, and there was no harm in crossing over because everybody was kind of ghetto and everybody was into everything. Mm-hmm. But you kind of had like this one predominant defining sort of genre that you kind of swore allegiance to and you represented. And nowadays it's sort of like, those lines are gone, the fences have been pulled up, and everybody likes everything to an extent where it's kind of been watered down. But
well, it's almost to the point where it's insulting because you got jackasses like the Kardassians wearing an Iron Maiden shirt or Metallica shirt, or a dickhead like Bruno Mars wearing a Slayer shirt or an Iron Maiden shirt. It's like ridiculous. It's stupid. It's like, to us followers who, like you say, pledge allegiance to these bands and what their movement was, it's insulting to see upstarts and pop stars like these, wearing something like that to make a fashion statement. It's ridiculous.
20 years ago, I would probably agree with you, but as long as I love the music and I love my music my own way, it doesn't really matter to me anymore. I mean, what the Kardashians do, what the Bruno Mars does, it's just a wasted energy. They're doing it for fashion. They're doing it just, because the shirt looks cool, and they're just trying to make a new look for themselves, whatever. But there's still core fans out there that love the music, no matter what.
Well, I still think they're stupid.
Yeah, when you take ownership of something, you don't want to see somebody like that never even fucking heard them.
I think for me, like,
fuck that. But I love the Kill Kardashian shirt.
Oh yeah, that Kerry King and Gary Holt.
That was a perfect response, dude. Perfect fucking response.
But I wouldn't mind the Kardashians wearing a Clika Podcast shirt at all. I would be okay with it.
I don't know, dude. I'd rather have the dad wear that shit for us. The dad mom, whatever she is. Anyways, we gotta take this back to
the Dom.
The Dom.
Let's take this back to Vinny. Let's take this back to Vinny, guys. Raise our fucking different
Cheers to
drinks.
Vin, man.
Cheers.
Fucking get your pull.
Salute.
Jungle
Salute.
Fist.
Salute.
Cheers.
Hey, so we're gonna have a little moment of silence.
I think it's a moment of drinking.
Dick, you said a moment of silence. I can hear your ice rattle inside your cup, Dick.
What ice, Dick? It's my mustache.
To the muscle.
Hey, dude. All right, so who's next to you, Chris?
Beto, photographer, bass player extraordinaire. One of our brothers from HP. It's about time we give him a proper, welcome to La Clika.
And before you say that, before we get started, fucking HP was in the news again this week.
Yes,
what are we known for?
We're known for soccer riots and having the most routes to Mexico on the bus.
En La Pacific.
Las tres estrellas, bro.
Las tres estrellas.
Florence and Santa Fe.
If you need to go to fucking TJ for $19, you come to Huntington Park and we'll get you there. We'll set you up.
You know, it's funny. It's from taco spot to taco spot. Because they pick up right next to Gallo Gavilan or whatever.
The Gyro Gyro?
Yeah. No, Tacos Gavilan.
Oh, yeah.
They pick it from there and then drop you off next to another taco stand in Tijuana, dude.
Mica Seguro.
Hey, but let's not forget that the founding fathers of thrash metal came from Huntington Park. Who am I talking about, Chris?
Slayer. And you know what? One of the founding members of grindcore came from Huntington Park. Jesse Pinto,
That's
Napalm
right.
Death.
Napalm Death and Terrorizer.
Didn't he live on Hope Street or some shit?
Yeah.
Hey, cheers to them.
Cheers to
Yes,
motherfuckers.
cheers.
Salud. We'll make this a cheers cast.
The Cheers cast, yeah. So, Beto, welcome to the Clika.
Fuck yeah, thanks, dudes. It's awesome being here.
So, what do you got to say? How do you feel about this? So you've been in here for a couple of months already, but, we haven't given you a proper introduction. So, why don't you tell our listeners about yourself?
All right. Well, I was born in East LA, and I was raised in Huntington Park all my life. And I got into music in high school. Well, I got into music growing up in a house full of music. My parents were always spinning records like Los Panchos. And I also grew up with like Cri Cri and fucking Parchis, fucking Cepillín and Linda Ronstadt, and Chente,
Los Bookies?
Pedro Infante. Not much bookies.
No?
That stuff came later, like through the neighbors and stuff.
Tigres del
No,
Norte.
Not so much.
Los
So, again, the
Ramon
neighbors.
Ayala.
No,
Los Caminantes?
no, like Los Dandies.
Los Muecas.
No, I'm
Uh,
not
Perez,
familiar with
Perez,
that.
Perez Prado?
No, no.
So, you were influenced by your parents' music?
Yeah, they were always playing like trios. My mom sang, my dad played guitar, just at home, and that's how I got into music. I would say my introduction to music, like when it became mine, was like listening to the top 40 countdown on like Kiss FM, and I would hear like Expose and those pop bands that I guess now they call freestyle. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The 85 era.
Yeah, all that stuff. I would make tapes off the record player. I'd just hit record and make these little cassette tapes of songs that I loved. And eventually, my father had a guitar, an acoustic guitar, sitting in the house, and I kind of gravitated toward it and just noodled around on it. I didn't know what it did and what it was for, but I guess eventually I kind of figured it out. That led me on the path to playing. And in high school, I jumped into a band by pure luck. These cats invited me to join. Well, first to jam with a friend, Louis, what's up? And then he invited me to join his band, and that turned into like a 15-year run, man. We were fucking playing spots all up and down Los Angeles, and the whole pay-to-play bullshit. We had our fun. I don't think we ever really did anything significant as far as, establishing ourselves, but we were always active and playing, and I had calluses on my fingers and just loved to play. So music is kind of the hub of everything that's ever happened to me.
Now, when you were in high school, what was your primary music that you listened to?
High school, I definitely discovered heavy metal. That's when I really kind of latched onto Metallica, Sepultura. That's when I really got hooked on listening to the different instruments and understanding that there was a band happening and everybody had a unique role. They all contributed to this one greater whole that was the band, but I started to break it down and listen to the individual musicians and their contributions, and the bass just jumped out at me, whether it was Primus or the Chili Peppers or the drumming on Sepultura, Igor Cavalera. Metallica, I jumped in the Newstead phase where it was the Black Album, and people love to talk shit about the Black Album, but to me it means a lot. And I really like that album. I really like everything Cliff era. Didn't really follow much beyond the Black Album, but that shit changed my life, And then you got on to the other stuff through mutual acquaintances, my girlfriend at the time, just people, the Misfits, Descendants, fucking Pennywise, all the punk stuff. Dead Kennedys, Danzig, and everything he'd ever done. So it was an eclectic mix, man, and I was fortunate enough to have friends, all of you guys, who were just always listening to different shit that even if it was just the name of a band, I were like, okay, now I've heard of that. Let me go and check that shit out. Let me see what that's about. Let me see. I saw a t-shirt on that dude. Let me go see what they're listening to. And that was kind of it, It was just a target-rich environment back in the day, It's nostalgic, but no matter where you turned or what you were into, you could find something new, and it was awesome, and it was powerful and impactful. And even if you didn't connect with it, you understood why people were all about it. So for me, high school was a real formative time, you know, and it was a real unique musical landscape. There were talent shows going on, you know, there were people who I looked up to who were playing music, and they really inspired me to just kind of figure shit out and do my own thing. So I latched onto the bass, and it was on from there.
That's awesome. Now, you wear a couple of hats. You're also a photographer, and one of my favorites.
Thank you, brother.
So how did that come about?
I think I've always liked photography. My dad always had a camera at home, and once I figured out what it did, I kind of just grabbed it and kind of made it mine, and would burn through all his rolls. But I didn't get serious until my brother Pablo, he found, I guess on eBay or some shit, like an old Polaroid camera that my dad used to have, and I remember seeing it hanging in the closet, and I didn't know what it did, but he bought it, and apparently they still produced the film for it, and he was shooting it, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I remember this camera, I remember this style of photography, and the photo albums, looking back now at my parents' house, are all full of these Polaroid photos, and that really kind of jump-started my interest in shooting film, because I'd kind of gotten into, and I had always been into digital photography. I was always kind of like a bit of a gear whore when it came to like little point and shoots and stuff, but that really changed my perspective, and I got into film from that point, and really Polaroid. That's really my favorite medium, and it's unfortunate that the peel apart stuff, which is what I love to shoot, has been discontinued and is no longer produced, but there's still a lot of good Polaroid options. So, you know, just having fun with it and doing it for fun, not trying to get rich off it, not trying to fucking sell it. I love to shoot Polaroid.
I'm sorry. Do you still shoot digital?
Not a lot. Mostly my kiddo, you know, my daughter. Shout out to Lozen, whoop, whoop, my wife, Taylor. But yeah, just mostly film. I figure if I'm going to shoot, I might as well have something that's going to kind of not die on a hard drive someday. And if nothing else, I'll have a negative.
Totally.
And I could always go to the darkroom and, you know,
totally
create it.
It's nothing like holding the camera.
That's it,
and
man.
then developing the picture and seeing it.
Holding
and
it in your
still
hand.
10 years from now, still seeing it, as opposed to, fuck, I lost the fucking hard drive.
No, it's a living sliver of time is how I see it, which is, it's still magic to me. That magic has not gone away, and it trips me out. It's a really special thing for me to hold a photo in my hand, and I don't know. It's
that time warp moment when you see that picture, that like your cousin or somebody when they were 3 or 4, like, holy shit, look at that.
Yeah, man. Not only because they've come so far, but you remember exactly where you were and what your thought process was when you were shooting that photo, and you're, you know, with the smell of the barbecue in the air, whatever, you know.
It just happened last week to me, which exactly we're talking about. My cousin, I showed her a picture of her when back in 2000, and we're having a barbecue, and she remembers it. She goes, "Oh, I remember that day."
Nice.
That's what I like to see about film.
Yeah, it's for everyone. It's not just for the photographer, but the experience is a shared experience, and that's a beautiful thing. Especially now, you know, in the age of digital world, where not only can you go into a darkroom and make a print, but you can also share a scan of it and share it with everybody.
You know, that's funny you say share a scan, because the city of Los Angeles, I guess the police department, all their old pictures are deteriorating, and they've been working like hell for the past 10 years to digitally scan all those crime photos and all those old promotional photos.
Hell yeah.
So they could have like a library on the cloud.
Sure.
And it could be more accessible to the public.
That makes sense, man. You know, all that stuff at some point's got to be digitized. Not only stills, but motion picture. You know, they're all the old movies that have ever been from the inception of motion picture film. You know.
Yeah, they have special rooms for those.
Yeah, especially because a lot of that shit's like nitrate or nitrate films, and those things are so flammable. You know, so not only do they deteriorate pretty quickly, but they're also super hazardous. So.
Yeah. Well, don't they have the actual building just for that, for those old movies, and that could control temperature and everything?
Yeah, I actually used to work for Technicolor, and they had vaults, specific rooms where they're not only locked up, but a lot of like the Lucasfilm shit. A lot of those original reels are sitting in their storage, and you know there's special rules and special handling and special access for all of that, because it's not only such unique content, but it's also really, it requires special handling.
Yeah, you have to wear gloves.
Yeah, all that. I mean,
I remember that.
And it's priceless, right? I mean,
pretty much. Yeah, these are originals, you know, or first copies, so they're in a way they are priceless, and they're irreplaceable.
Like, even remember back then in the library, you have to go hold this. Remember to look for research, you have to go through the slides, the little tiny. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Films,
about.
whatever. You go through the microscope and you can see the.
Yep.
Like that's gone.
Even the old newspapers.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like,
that big machine that you just kind of.
Yeah. Forgot what it's called, man.
Yeah, man. But the library has them or had them. I haven't been to a library in decades.
Yeah, you could look for it and say a picture from article in 1994, and they'll look for it and they'll pull it out in the little tiny slides, and you look through it, and you can make a print of it.
Yeah, man.
Because I wanted to do I wanted to do a documentary a while back. I wanted to do it, and they told me you can just go back to the South Bay Library, and they'll find it, and whatever information you want to get, they'll find it right there.
Nice.
But it was all on little slides.
Hell yeah.
And then they'll print it for you.
Like 16 millimeter? Like
yeah, I forgot what they're called, man.
picture.
Like I said, they're little, little things you go in there and it blows it up for you.
Yep.
Microfiche.
Yeah, that.
There you go, yeah.
You ever consider making your own documentary, filming your own documentary?
Not really. I don't have any interest in motion picture for a couple of reasons. The time that it would take to edit something down, just capturing all the raw footage and then if sitting with it and kind of making cuts. I don't really have a subject matter that I'm really kind of gravitating towards, so I kind of just like capturing day-to-day life, primarily with my daughter and my wife, and family and friends. But
would you be down to do a reality show on Chris?
Totally. Yeah.
Follow around this scumbag for 24/7.
Call it My Sciatica.
They could just be pictures. Put
It'd be
them
like
all together.
It'd be 3 straight episodes of me smoking cigarettes on my porch. Like, fuck, this is bullshit. This is bullshit.
My Advil is wearing off.
And on the next episode of Life with Chris, yeah, man,
And on the next episode of Life with Chris, Chris tackles leaning like a cholo because of his bad sciatica.
stupid ass.
Codeine. The codeine special.
What do the kids call it? The scissor.
Scissor.
Is that still a thing? That's still 1990s?
Yeah, they're still doing
I
it.
think early thousands.
Yeah, we had a buddy in here not too long ago and he had his cup.
I don't get that shit.
God.
And why does it have to be a double cup? Like,
Yeah.
There's no like double cup police, right?
Yeah,
They're
no.
like, hey, you only got one cup, you're fired.
Hey, you better double up on that one, Joe.
Joel's drinking the scissor.
Oh yeah.
AKA
I'll take it.
No,
I want to try it.
We're drinking the jungle juice today, dude.
Ooh.
So you actually mixed it with alcohol, that Hawaiian punch?
Yes, dude. I seen him do it.
It's pretty amazing.
Oh,
That shit
here.
was good.
Dude, he put all kinds of shit in there.
It tastes like tropical, like it tastes like the beach.
Yeah, dude. What
feel
is
like
there?
I'm in-
Vodka, gin,
I feel like I'm at some bar
tequila,
I feel like I'm at some bar in Tahiti.
some other shit. A lot of shit.
I even hooked up the guy's eyes. Dude.
What the fuck?
Punchy.
It's good shit though.
So all you need is a little umbrella in your styrofoam cup, and you'll be good.
That shit ain't Hawaiian punch, it's Hawaiian slap.
Fuck yeah.
It's it's a Hawaiian jump. You don't get punched, you get jumped.
No, that is good. That shit can sneak up on you though, man. Be careful.
You brought the ice up here too?
You can't fucking have fruit punch. Correction. Jungle juice without fucking ice. Dude.
Ain't no half stepping in this crew.
And it's in a bucket like you're at a hotel.
Scared to death, scared to look, you shook. Because there ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
Do you like shooting music photography?
I do, but we was talking about this earlier. That the lights on the stage now have gotten so hot. It's all this LED nonsense.
Yeah, it's a killer.
Yeah, and it just ruins every shot, man. Because it blows your highlights if you got set up for like a dark shot, and then this light flashes on your subject or your lens. Now everything's blown out, and you're sitting there trying to do magic in Lightroom, trying to recover everything.
Yep.
But I do enjoy it. It's fun. I think I'd rather do more of a documentary, kind of behind the scenes stuff. And in that regard, I would like to do some kind of documentary thing.
Like something really short, off the cuff.
Yeah,
10,
just like
15 minutes, something like that.
like fly on the wall
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, not motion, like
I
stills.
gotcha. Yeah, I
I can tell
gotcha.
the story with the stills.
I would dig. I totally dig like fly on the wall status, kind of just watching everybody do their thing, rehearsing, chop it up, and then now they're playing a song or whatever.
Yeah.
It's definitely doable.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
it.
Hell
Remember the little video, guys? I posted on video. He posted that video. It was all photography. It was
I'd love to see it.
like a good 10-minute.
Was it on Facebook or some shit?
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
He posted on
I wanna
Facebook.
see it.
All
It's
I
on our
did was
page.
Dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
All I did was
Alright.
just pictures, and I'm actually narrating it,
Okay.
and it's pretty all the sequencing, and yeah, it came out good, man. I mean,
Awesome,
it's I didn't need video. It'll help, but actually at that point we don't need it because it's you're telling your story.
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking pictures of the more bands in more intimate settings, but I ordered a light kit, like an LED light kit that I can actually tailor to my use.
Sure.
Yeah, that way, cause we went to the by your house. What's the name of the American Legion?
Yeah, American Legion.
They had really shitty lighting. I'm like, dude, I could just, hey, can I give you guys some lighting to use?
Are you talking about the American Legion on Santa Fe?
No, the other one. Fuck that shit hole. That place had fucking good memories, though, dude.
Yeah, it was fun over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one good memory with Chris, but I can't mention that one.
Don't.
I remember going in there and fucking a bunch of cholos dancing to "It's Okay, Baby, I Can See It's Okay."
You remember the bands will set up in the back, and you're walking through all these cholos doing their fucking little shit.
Yeah.
With the drink in one hand and a knife in the other one. Fucking the necktie cholo dance.
And the girl hanging on to him.
Yeah, they'll see like these death metal guys walking in, like, what the fuck is that, Holmes?
It's like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm fixing my bow tie.
Everybody's dancing like Frogger from fucking Colors and shit.
Yep.
With the 2-1.
You fucked up, Holmes. You joined the game.
Who told me that before? I think it was you, Chris, that had said that. Like, yeah, you have a 40 in one hand and a knife in the other one. You have it up by your neck.
That's the fucking that's the 1990s death metal dance right there. The 40 and the knife.
That's the jam. That's the jam.
No, he's back to bat though, dude.
Oh shit.
He's on
Yeah.
the spot today for
It's
the
the
next
hot
10 more
seat,
minutes.
goddammit.
So
The hot seat.
when you in your heyday of being on all the bands that you were in and playing the music that you were
Like
playing,
one band.
what was your favorite style to play, and did you write a lot of the music or partake in any of the composition? of the
Eventually,
music?
yeah. When I joined the band, they had a good dozen or so songs, if not more. So it was more about learning it and nailing it on stage live. And once I got all that experience down, where I wasn't scared to perform, or where I was kind of more comfortable with the whole playing live shit, then the band kept rolling forward and new materials being written, and I was definitely encouraged and allowed to contribute. And I didn't feel like I did a whole lot of songwriting, but looking back, I definitely jumped in where I thought I would fit in, and it was pretty cool where everybody was really open to ideas, but they were also really cool about that's not feeling right or whatever. So we would always just kind of hammer it out slowly but surely. But there were definite songwriters who would kind of spearhead the whole direction of the music.
Did they write the bass licks, or were you responsible for writing the bass licks to the song?
At that point, I was responsible, and for the most part, I would just start by doing whatever the guitar was doing, and where I felt it was appropriate, kind of
to make a change here
branch
and there.
off, and kind of take it in a different direction that still supported the song and hopefully kept it tasty, But yeah, man, the influences, I was drawing from everything from funk to R&B to even pop shit, or I was still discovering a lot of music. So I kind of jumped into it from a heavy funk and metal perspective, because I loved Infectious Grooves, I loved Primus and the Chili Peppers, I loved Metallica, Sepultura, Pantera, and those were kind of the two opposing energies that I was kind of pulling from, and it kind of was turning into its own thing, which at the time I didn't feel like it was, but looking back, I think the band as a whole kind of had its own distinct taste or flavor.
Right.
And for that, I'm grateful. I think it was all a fun experience, and it was definitely an exercise in self-confidence, and just kind of getting out there and really saying, you know what, even if we suck, we're here, we're in your face, we're doing it, so here you go.
It's funny that you mentioned those bands' influences, because they all have something in common. They all have that groove swing to them, and I could see that now that you're talking about it and listening, just thinking back to like the three bands, or the evolution of the members you played with. They came into those three bands that you were in.
Yeah.
And I could totally hear it now. I could hear those influences.
And a lot of those influences that they had kind of seeped into me indirectly. They were all into Faith No More.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mr.
were all
Bungle.
into Mr. Bungle, which eventually I latched onto because the bass player, Trevor Dunn, is fucking amazing. The whole band is amazing, obviously, but I didn't realize that that's where they were drawn from. But eventually, I kind of caught on and ran with that too. So I learned a lot from those dudes, and I'm really grateful to have had that opportunity.
I gotta ask because you were in a band with a bunch of characters. Everybody was an individual in that band. What do you call it? You have to have some funny stories, dude, on the road.
There are. I don't have anything that stands out. Because, the night that we almost died in City Terrace, we almost got beat up with golf clubs and shanked. Probably shot.
What happened, dude? Tell us.
So there was a backyard gig in City Terrace, and there was some sort of, there was a good amount of cholo element, and it was just, straight up backyard. We were under somebody's covered patio in the back, and this is how I remember it. There was moshing going on, and my take on it is these fucking cholos didn't know what a mosh pit was, so they thought it was a rumble. So they just started throwing knees and punches to whoever was around. And, at the time, I don't want to incriminate anybody, but people from other parties just said, fuck this, and started swinging back. So then it was perceived that our band were instigators.
Oh, shit.
Somehow, during all the chaos, we were, and this is, again, my unique perspective. I'm sure there's 5 different versions of how it went down. But during the chaos, we were like, we need to get the fuck out of here. So we broke down our shit. We started loading the trucks. And as we were on our way out, I had my girl in my car, and I was helping with the stuff, loading the gear. And these fools rolled up on us and got out of the car. One of them, they were about a car's length away. One of them was approaching us with his hand behind his back, and we're like, fuck, we're about to get capped, He's like, hey, you guys are with so-and-so, and we're like, nah, dude, we're just a fucking band, we just came here to rock, don't fuck with us. And for some reason at the time, they believed that our drummer was like a cholo, because, he had a bald head, and a goatee, he looked the part. So
you told him, hey, fool, throw on a hat real quick.
I should, looking back, we shouldn't have played that gig. But they thought he was the dude, and this other guy opened the trunk from that car that fool walked up on us from, and he took out a golf club, and he was like, he had lifted, like he was getting ready to do tee off and shit.
Oh,
and there was a guy next to me, and he had a shank, and he was like kind of going at my side, but they were all holding back, waiting on the order from like the metal.
Yeah.
And somehow, like, we convinced them, like, yo, we ain't the dudes, man. But they were gonna take our drummer's head off with the golf club. They're gonna put a fucking shank in my ribs.
Fuck.
And they slashed everybody's tires, dude.
Oh,
and then they took off. And they thankfully, I don't know why. I guess our parents put like enough good mojo on us to like save us, but they believed us that we weren't fucking dicks, and they didn't stab us and or cap us and or take our heads off.
You were spared.
We were spared, but we from that henceforth from that night it was known as Judgment Night.
So is it in the background? Did you hear a 4?
Just about, yeah.
No, I really wanted to show that guy my swing.
But yeah, that was fucking awful, dude. And we fucking drove off on flat tires and said, you know what? I don't give a fuck. We're getting out of here. We're gonna change them flats up down the street, call AAA, and get the fuck out of here.
They slashed your tires in front of you?
No, they had actually been slashed, I think, during the gig or while we were packing up or some shit. We missed it, but we realized when we came out, like, fuck, everyone has flats.
Like we're stuck here.
We're
like a
fucking
movie,
stuck,
huh?
Yeah, straight up.
Damn.
Next time, well, from now on, make sure your drummer wears a hat like Chris's. Because that's completely harmless, dude. You see a guy wearing that kind of hat, you know that fucker's harmless, dude.
Yeah, you see a guy wearing a hat like that, they're going to feel sorry for him.
He might have fixed your tires, dude, if you had the hat on.
I would just like to say, fuck the both of you. How about that?
It sure looks like a duck bill, Dick.
For the record,
Your fucking face looks like a duck bill.
Hey, for the record, Chris is wearing Daffy Duck's bill when Elmer Fudd blows Daffy Duck's face off with the fucking musket.
And it spins around.
And the bill spins around and ends up on the top of his head. That's what Chris is wearing.
I just want to know the news of the day, Dig. Read all about it, Chris.
You finished? Can we get on with this? Do you guys really want to make it started with you?
Moving on, Dick.
Don't poke a bear, Dick. That's all I'm saying. Don't poke a bear.
Completely harmless, Dick.
Okay.
A harmless looking bear.
Yeah.
What about you, Joel? Do you got any stories?
How about that one road trip that we took to the 2-day desert takeover when we were annoying the fuck out of Oscar?
You gotta tell Beto about it.
So basically, we had what we call the 2-day desert takeover. We had 2 shows down, in buttfuck Egypt, California, Blythe.
Yeah. Shout out to Blythe.
Shout out to Blythe, where we lost our dignity and respect.
Hey, but that was one of the best shows we played.
That was
dude.
awesome.
They showed us so much love over there. A little small town.
Yeah, Blythe. And then we played in Lake Havasu, like a day later. And we went in a tour bus, so to speak, which was Chris's brother-in-law's 40-foot RV. And we took all the beer and liquor that, a whole football team can drink for 5 guys and gals.
We literally drank for like 17 straight hours.
Nice.
Non-stop.
You forgot to
Non-stop.
invite me.
You got a shout out to Robert Figueroa and to the guy who drove the RV.
Asian
Those are
Dave.
the real
Asian
heroes.
Dave.
Asian Dave and
Those are the
Robert
real
Figueroa.
heroes of that weekend, dude.
Yeah, they were fucking awesome because he was like straight designated driver, and we didn't have to do anything but drink.
We didn't only annoy Oscar, we annoyed the fuck out of him.
I'm pretty sure we did, but Dave is so fucking cool that he just rolled off his back.
it's funny too because we've known our boy Robert Figueroa for several years now, playing Rockabilly Reunion in Lake Havasu. We were playing it consecutively every year since 2014.
2014, yeah, that was the first year we played it.
And we became friends, and he wanted us to play at this spot that everybody goes to in Blythe, like the only spot that everybody goes to in Blythe. And he's
One
like,
of
hey,
one.
he's like, hey, can you not to get into specifics, but when we drew up the contract, I gave him the homie discount. But we told him, hey, dude, you just hook us up for gas and shit, because we're gonna drive all the way down there. Motherfucker didn't know we were rolling up in a 40-foot fucking RV.
You had to bust open his coche.
What was it like $2,000 or what?
It was a 800-gallon tank.
And that was back when the gas was like $2.50
shout out
a
to
gallon?
Robert. I love you, my brother, but it's a funny story.
Okay, so it was in I guess number 2, our drummer at the time. Shout out to number 2.
Chris.
He put in $400 of gas and he got it up to a quarter tank.
Jesus.
Damn.
Okay, so we get to Blythe. Okay,
Shit is on fumes.
Okay, and this it's a binding contract. I mean, he signed it and everything. He's like, yeah, well, I'll pay for gas, whatever. We get it to Blythe. I'm the first one out, so I'm like scouting where to park because it's a fucking 40-foot RV, right? The Freightliner. It's literally a Freightliner truck. And he goes, I go, hey, I'm Chris. I'm from Mainliner. Where do we park? Just put your truck in the back. I'm like, what truck? And he goes out. And I go, well, hold on. Let me show you what I got. And he comes out, and his eyes just fucking open, like wide, and they just sink. Because he sees this big ass fucking tour bus just fucking trying to look for a parking space, dude.
Nice.
And I guess right then and there, he immediately realized that he has to put fucking gas in this motherfucker. It's like, hey, give me 1,500 on 12.
So that happened, and nevertheless, we had a bitchin' time.
It was
at
fucking
that
awesome.
spot. It was.
I saw the
Hey,
photos, man.
Don't
Looked
forget
awesome.
about the other part of the contract was all the drinks.
Oh yeah, and everything else that was
Sounding
included in the
bad.
drinks. It's like, okay, we'll give you the homie discount, but you got to take care of my boys and whatever they want to drink. He gave us 2 trash cans full of beer and liquor, and it was so awesome. Dude.
We were all fucked up already when we got there. We were fucked up at sound check.
Dude,
Yeah.
I felt like we're part of the Cheech and Chong movie where they're walking with the trash can full of gas. Okay, remember first thing we did? We fucking got rid of one of the trash cans,
Oh,
put it in the
yeah.
RV.
Yeah.
It was funny too because Robert Figueroa is a really great singer. He's a phenomenal singer,
Phenomenal.
naturally gifted. and I was drunk and I was playing. We played for like what? We played 2 sets, right?
2 hours, 2.5. Or something.
No, we played like 3 hours. I think
You guys took 2 breaks, Dick.
Okay, so yeah, it was a 3 hour. It was a 3 hour set, and during the last set, our last song was always like "Ring of Fire," wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm there fucking rocking out. You know, I'm on a wireless. So I'm fucking like moving back and forth in the crowd to the where we're playing, and all of a sudden I'm like, God damn, Joe's singing this song, fucking phenomenal. It's good, man. And then I black out. And then I fucking come to again. I'm playing Ring of Fire still. And I'm like, listen. I'm like, fuck, he sounds really good. I look over and it's fucking him, fucking Robert Figueroa on the mic.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's fucking singing Ring of Fire, dude. It sounded fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
But I was fucked up.
So the very next day we made the trek over to Lake Havasu, and you know, same thing with that person who hired us to play. You know, it's like, hey, a couple bottles of Jack, you know, a couple 12 packs, and sure enough, they had everything ready for us, and it was just a debauchery, you know. So on the way back home, you know, we were all, you know, hungover, you know, getting plastered again, and you know, Oscar was the designated sober person, you know, watching over us and stuff like that. But we were so annoying. And, you know, Oscar, you can, you know, shout out to Oscar Morales. I love you. You're my brother. But this is a funny ass story. And, you know,
He didn't know. Okay. Let me just say something.
Say it.
Let me say it because Joe's afraid to say it because he still works with him and I don't. Okay, so he annoyed the fuck out of us the whole fucking way there.
Just you, Dick. Just you.
Just you.
Okay, so he annoyed the fuck out of just me.
I enjoyed watching him annoying you, Dick. That was
Yeah.
masterful, dude.
The first, okay, this is like a $300,000 RV. Okay, it's like a no joke. And the first thing this motherfucker does is he spills a 2 liter of fucking Diet Coke on the floor. And I'm like, dude, sit the fuck down, dude. And he's trying to clean this up, and he's looking for fucking like cleaning. I go, there's cleaning products in here.
Hey,
Don't.
he's just trying to help you out, Dick.
Yeah, by spilling fucking Diet Coke on a $300,000 RV, right?
Some Rockstar shit right there.
And you know, I'm just, and I told my brother-in-law, I go, hey, we're gonna take care of it. Don't worry. You know, there's people, you know, that they're honest dudes. The first thing he fucking does is spill fucking Coke all over it. So the more he tries to clean it up, the more he makes a fucking mess. And I'm like, fucking stop, just fucking stop, you know, and just don't do anything. Just sit down. No, I'll clean it up, Chris. I'll clean it up. I got this. I'm like, no, let me do it. So he annoyed us all the way the fuck over there. Or he annoyed me. He annoyed me.
He annoyed you.
I love them for fucking annoying you, Dick.
So
Yeah, me
this
too.
motherfucker over here, we had this fucking running gag. We're talking about dodgeball.
No, Dick. Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. And
Oh yeah, dodgeball. That's right.
Yeah, we're talking about
Dumb
dodge.
and Dumber.
Yeah.
And this guy started singing.
Mock.
Yeah.
Ing.
Yeah.
Bird. Yeah. Bird. Yeah. Mockingbird. And we sang that for how many miles? For at least 100 miles. Over.
No,
and
no,
over
no, no.
and over and over.
No, that's bullshit.
The whole fucking way, Dick.
We sing
I
it.
would have murdered everyone.
We sing that from Arizona, Lake Havasu, Arizona, to Huntington Park.
God damn. That's a long fucking, yeah.
And then, you know, every time we would finish, there would be a slight pause, and it'll be all quiet.
Hold on.
Fuck that.
That's archival footage of the actual.
It's on Instagram, dude.
It's on Rick's
Damn.
personal Instagram page. You
And-
gotta forward that to La Clika
Yes, for the-
Podcast.
Hey, check out, look, Chris doesn't have that stupid hat, Dick.
I know, huh?
I also had more hair.
Hair, yeah. But you know,
Not really, Dick.
it was pissing Oscar off because, you know, he, you know, has, you know, he gets really irritated really quick, and we were so fucking plastered, and we continually sang this fucking song.
Hey,
all
did
the
we
way
have
to
a
LA.
sober moment?
No.
At
we
all?
didn't.
Wait, were you sober?
No.
Damn, because always the sober one's the one that's getting fucked up, man. He's the one that has to suffer,
Yep.
having to watch all these drunk ass motherfuckers.
We were fucking drunk. We went to sleep drunk, woke up drunk, started drinking, and fucking, dude, that was just, I never drank like that in my life.
Dude, I woke up with an empty bottle in my hand.
Damn. Yeah.
And then the fucking Jameson break broke out.
Oh.
That sounds good right now.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was a fun.
It was
one
a
of the
fun little gig.
best
tour
fucking
that we
times
did.
I had in that band.
Yeah.
What was the one Jack Daniels you had to have? The Jack Daniels honey?
Yeah, the honey.
You had to have it, Dick.
Yeah.
And he put that one, here it is, Dick.
I think he took like one shot of it on stage, and that was it. The
And then
fucking
passed
whole
it
bar-
on.
Yeah, and that was it. Like he didn't drink from that sense because
Those are the best, though. Those are the best stories, man. From
Good
way
times.
back, like you
It was
just
good times.
at
Two
that
good
moment,
gigs.
you don't even realize how cool it was till like now. You know, like damn.
That
we
was
got
too good.
fucked Up.
2 good gigs and
It's all inebriated.
with all the homies and
I think that was my first real show taking pictures at, Dick.
oh, we're good too.
I got the one of you and Chris looking at Cholos.
that's a bad picture. That's one
Wow.
of my favorite pictures.
Hell yeah. That's great.
With the infamous RV in the back.
Yeah,
Ross half and shit.
we dubbed it the mainliner family truckster.
Yeah.
All right, we're taking a break. All right, so we're back from break now, and here's Bago and his story.
Yeah, chapter 4. So, one thing I remember is going all the way to a city in Idaho. Forgot this fucking city. It was about probably like a good 20 of us. Probably like 10 in a van. And the rest followed us. We got there, went to the location. It was a straight like fucking, where the fuck are we? You know, we got to this like American Legion building. There was fucking things on the walls. Crazy ass spot, man. Anyways, you know, the show was at 7 or 8, whatever. The show started, whatever, you know, getting down and shit, whatever. All of a sudden, we're looking for my homie. We're like, where the fuck is this at? Because he was up on stage with us. We looked back, where the fuck is he at? We couldn't find him. You know, after the show, we finished. This fool comes out of nowhere. He's like, dude, I just fucked a girl in the back. While you guys performing. I fucked her right there, dude. It's like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, I just fucking just nutted all up in her, dude. I don't want to see her right now. All right, fuck it. Took off. After the show, we got invited to a party. And we looked, you know, we got like probably like 50 people plus, maybe more, following us to the party. We didn't know where the fuck we're going, but say, hey, I got a party to go to, guys. Hey, get at my house. I'm like, let's go. Show up and shit. And the girl that was, you know, that my boy hooked up with showed up. And he's like, fuck, I gotta hide from her. I don't want to fucking let her have her see me, man. So we ended up saying, fuck it, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it. We got you. Don't worry. This girl said, fuck it. She ended up seeing him. Straight wanted to talk to him. Like, fuck. So you had to deal with it. Like, goddamn. Who knows? Maybe that girl has a 20-something-year-old son from this cat. But we you know, whatever. We left, but never see her again. That night, you know, went back to our hotel. Because, you know, they rented a hotel for us. We were fucking chilling, you know, drinking, whatever. Everybody had their own room. There's probably like 20 of us. Probably like 5 to a room. We all got fucked up. Whatever we got. Whatever knocked out. Whatever. I don't know what time we fell asleep. All I remember is in the morning we woke up. I went to people's rooms. And like a bunch of strange girls were in every room, dude. Probably like 50 girls, man. All scattered in every fucking room. I was like, fuck, dude, these guys had a good fucking time. I was just like waking up like, God damn, what the fuck did we do last night, dude? Holy shit. But I'm serious. Imagine coming out of the room, and you know how like the hotels, you see all the doors and shit when you come out?
Yeah.
All kinds of girls started coming out, dude. I was like, fuck, this is bomb. It was a good ass fucking show. It was a good ass time, man.
The best ones, dude.
Yeah, but I remember just knocking out some of them because I went to go get some for my boy. Hey, dude, I opened the door like, oh, fuck. You see just girls just scattered, food, just butt naked. Some of them still had clothes on. Who knows? They probably barely put them on. Who knows? So it was bomb, dude. It was a good time. I mean, I remember just thinking, God damn, dude. Like, if these girls only knew. And you know what's fucking funny? That all these guys were letting the girls know that they knew Snoop Dogg.
And that's what got him, Dick.
Yeah, because they're all saying, like, yeah, we're from Long Beach. And they were actually from Long Beach, the guys that we're with. You know, they're all like, their whole thing was like, yeah, we're homies from Snoop Dogg. We're down with fucking, Warren G's. Oh, the girls from fucking in the middle of Idaho. You know, here they hear those names. Oh, dude, they're a bunch of groupies.
Yeah, they're gonna be here tonight.
yeah.
They're gonna be kicking it with us. Come on down.
Hey, imagine you say, we also know Gwen Stefani.
Oh man, they probably. I had a girlfriend back then, man. So I didn't do shit, man. You know, I was loyal. Kind of fucked that up. I don't know why I did that, but anyways, but yeah, that was the advantage. And you know, a lot of times we talk about why we get into groups. Most of the times for girls, you know. So I got into it for that, but I had a girlfriend back then. But still, it was cool to do it, you know. But prior to that, I didn't. So I was still
cock block yourself, dude.
Yeah, man. So what do you, that last time we talked about the reason why we get into music, was girls ever your?
Nah, man. I was always kind of living in a shadow. I always felt like if I could be invisible, that's where I wanted to stay at. So my intentions were never to socialize with females or to even be popular, you know. Even when I was on stage, I would wear a hat. I lower my brim, you know. I try to stay low and invisible and let the bass do the talking.
You did rock a pretty good fucking Kangol for a while, dude.
Yeah, and that actually Louis gave me that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you know.
I have a picture of it's you, Louis, and somebody on stage at the Troubadour.
Hell yeah.
Fucking,
That was the best spot, I thought. You know, they had a great sound, and they always showed us a real classy treatment. You know, we were just nobodies off the street. You know, we were from HP or whatever, from LA, but they treated us no different than like the big headliner.
Yeah.
And that was cool. They would set you up with like this tub of like ice waters and beers, you know, and in the dressing room, which, you know, just being from where we're from, it's like, to me, that was all luxury Rockstar shit. And
Rockstar lifestyle.
Yeah, and fuck the word Rockstar, but it was a special treatment that was awesome.
Yeah, as a spectator, I love the placement of the bar there, dude.
Yeah,
right across
man.
from the stage, dude.
Yeah, it's right there, right.
It's a
front
good
center.
setup. It's a good fucking setup.
Yeah, you're not missing shit when you're up there ordering a cocktail.
Yeah, exactly.
And they had fucking good grub. And,
Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to tell you about that story. We're in Idaho, right? So what is Idaho known for?
potatoes.
Dude, that guy was the guy that invited us to his house. This fucker had a big ass potato, man, like this. It was huge.
It's my prize tater.
It's the size of football.
Had a blue ribbon stuck to it.
And that fool made it into a fucking bong, dude. Boys it all up. I don't know what the fuck he did, but
Boise State Fair.
First time I ever smoked weed out of a fucking potato, man.
Hell yeah.
He hooked it all up with the pipe this way. Dude, it was badass. I wish I would have taken a picture back then. That shit was huge.
That's called a tong. It's a cross between a tater and a bong. Tong.
And then you know, the crazy shit about over there is that, dude, we went to the mall. They have a little mall back there.
Hearts up, Bongtato.
We showed up to the mall, man, and seriously, people left their cars on in the parking lot. Like, we're like, what the fuck? There's a car on. We parked.
With nobody in it?
Nobody's in it. We're like, what the fuck? Yeah, we walked in. We're like, we could just take off right
That's
now.
some trust.
You know, we're a bunch of hood ass fools. We could have easily stole this fucking car, man.
Take somebody's
the
pull out.
opportunity's there.
Yeah.
And who would be the first person they look for?
Yes, us. Oh, we walked into the mall, man. You should have seen everybody was just like, oh, who's these motherfuckers? Yeah, that shit was crazy. Oh, and then I found out that you know, people raise wolves over there, man. Like,
Oh, shit.
yeah, we had some.
For pets?
Yeah, they had fucking wolves. Like,
Do they feed them potatoes?
probably. Yeah.
That's a potato-fed wolf there you're looking at, son.
dude, seriously,
I
like,
prefer a scalloped potato with cherry.
and then they got seriously, we're on the red light. We look to the left, and there's a fool with a fucking shotgun on the side of his truck, just straight out the holster. He's right there, like, what the fuck? You never see this shit in L.A.,
Nah,
man.
dude.
It's really like nothing, man. Like a shotgun right
Yeah.
there. Homeboy looking at us, and I'm like, don't look at that
Those are
motherfucker.
the same people that leave their house with their fucking doors wide open, dude.
Yeah.
I wish a motherfucker would try to come in here.
Yeah, dude, straight out.
Got something for you.
That was a straight culture shock right there.
I'll
man.
shoot his ass.
Yeah.
This is the same thing with, you know, in Arizona. They have like signs above the bar. It says no weapons allowed in this particular bar.
No
like,
guns.
no guns allowed.
Leave your revolvers in your car.
Yeah.
But you know, it's crazy that over there, like, you just tell anybody you're from LA, dude, you're fucking, like, they're all up on you and shit right away. The girls, we told girls we were from LA. Oh,
You know any
right
movie
away.
stars?
Oh, we would lie our asses. I'll tell them that fool said they knew Snoop, man. That got him ass, dude. That was all they had to say.
See,
like,
but like those girls are looking for a ticket out of that fucking mundane fucking one horse fucking.
Hey, Paul.
I think if
my friend from L.A.
I easily probably would have picked up a girl. Hey, you want to go back to LA with me? They would have been like, oh, fuck yeah. They would have hopped on the bus and we took off with them,
Dude,
man.
we should
Easily.
do a podcast at the Greyhound station right in LA Or the one in Hollywood, actually,
Let's
dude.
do the one in L.A. on Alameda. What is
Yeah,
Alameda?
we'll just interview people coming into the state, dude.
Where you coming from?
Yeah, like, I'm
Any
here to be a movie
musicians?
star.
Any musicians? And we used to interview musicians.
Yeah, I got a casting couch for you.
Hold on. What the fuck are you doing?
Taking selfies, dick.
Are you taking selfies?
No, I'm looking at my hat because I kept fucking it up on Rick's door downstairs. So I'm like, what is that white spot there? There's a white spot, Ron. I'm wearing this fucking hat to the game tomorrow.
Schneeberg.
Dude, I painted with this hat yesterday. I'm surprised I didn't get any paint on it.
Huh.
I don't see trucker hats that are Alley Dodger hats often.
No, you don't.
This
I
is,
tripped out on that,
This is
too.
my prized possession, dude.
I had a little league. Mine was a.
They don't even sell these at the Dodger store.
No,
Oh, shit.
At Dodger Stadium, they don't sell them.
Yeah. The fucking selfie queen, dick.
It's
Hold on. A singer can't use a mic stand.
Look, it falls all the time. It's that.
Yeah, it's that. It's got. You got to time that out right there. No, it's the screen. That right there, the bottom one. Yeah, you need that's
Please, I
like
need spray sauce.
it's a 3/8 right there.
You have a set of pliers, dude?
No.
Look at that. Look.
Just put a cup right there.
You know what?
Let's go like
Technology has
this.
never ever been your friend, has it?
There it is.
Oh,
See, look
perfect,
at that,
dude.
man.
Oh,
Number 2
there we
pencil
go.
saves the day.
Our producer Rick has saved fucking Joel's mic from fucking falling.
Shit, now I need a fucking pencil,
Here, man.
I got one right here.
Yeah, we gotta get a video of you sharpening that shit.
Yeah, that's an old school, dude. Look
Old
at that.
school.
Damn.
The walk of shame when you had to go sharpen your pencil, it was all quiet in class.
Oh,
I know, nobody wanted to get out to sharpen their pencils. Like,
Like, fuck, I had to take this quiz.
Yeah, we used to make a line.
or you used to get up to
Do it on
sharpen your
purpose?
pencil to see if the girl that you liked in the class was looking at you.
They were never looking at me.
She's writing a note to her friend next door.
Look at this fucking troglodyte.
Or when you buy new clothes and new shoes and you get up to sharpen your pencil to see if anybody's looking at your threads.
You know what my
The little girl is the girl is asking, why is Emmanuel Lewis looking at me while he's sharpening his pencil?
Like, or to disturb class, dick.
Wesley.
Like, I remember Joe in Miss Mosbacher's class. Fucking, he would get up to sharpen his pencil for like 10 minutes. Like,
Grind it down to a nub.
and like me and him would trade off because I was always drawing. So I was always wearing down my fucking pencil, and then Joe looks at me and goes, "Hey, keep doing this." Dick.
Hey, remember when she walked in with a fucking Barbra Streisand shirt, dude? Because she had just gone to the
Yeah.
concert at the Hollywood Bowl like that weekend, and she shows up on Monday with a black Barbra Streisand tee. It was just a black shirt that had a big ass face of Barbra Streisand on the front and all the concert dates in the back. And we were like, "Who is that?" She's like, "Oh, Joel, it's Barbra Streisand." And I'm like, well, Rick and I are into punk rock. We don't listen to that shit.
No, Dick, before that, you go, "Hey, who opened up for them, Slayer?" Like fucking Barbra Streisand.
Hey, Barbra Streisand is a queen of fucking Goodwill Records.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
You
It's
go-
funny because you always find the same fucking records, dude.
Yep.
Same fucking records that good.
Yo,
dude.
you got Barbra Streisand. You got a bunch of fucking no-namers in there that you probably once
Fucking
had a career.
John Tesh.
Once had a career.
And Murray.
Huh.
Fucking,
A bunch
actually,
of Christmas albums.
Yeah, a
dude.
lot
The
of
one I
them.
want is the Chipmunks one, dude.
hey, you might find it one day. You keep looking, you will find it. And you'll
No
probably
shit,
find some Herb Albert in there too.
Me,
That's another one that's always had a
You
good
want
one.
a
Yo. I think I got like 20 of his albums from there.
Fuck, dude.
Hey, Herb Albert's Tijuana Brass, dude. That's an album right there, man.
It is.
That's a fucking great album.
All right, so Boggle's next goal is to make a Barbra Streisand hip hop album.
Okay. I'll sample that.
Sample
Okay.
that shit.
I'll sample a bunch of Barbra Streisand. Call it.
If I could save time in a bottle. Your hat's fine, Joel.
This is a fucking hat cast.
Your fucking your do the right thing haircut is, on the other hand. His hair is a Spike Lee joint. Nah, he looked like that fucking that dude, Wesley Snipes' brother in fucking New Jack City. Take off your hat again. Let's see that fucking hair, dude. Talking shit about my hat.
I'm not gonna take my hat off.
New Jack City. Woo.
Was that Nino Brown?
Yeah.
Damn.
Am I my brother's keeper?
All right, let's bring him back.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Sorry, his hair was distracting me.
Remember Beetlejuice?
Oh fuck, those fucking between him and Red going back and forth at it on Facebook, dude. Fuck, that show's funny, dude.
All right, bring it back.
All right, serious question. Did Sepultura and or Soulfly steal or do the whole Korn sound, or did they do their own thing? When the whole thing changed and then the Korn had already been out and they were already doing that like rap metal thing. I don't know.
The funny
random thought
thing about that is that Roots is one of my favorite Sepultura albums.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty fucking good.
What does Joe think?
You know, I think Sepultura. I know I said in the Hollywood podcast that
Jesus, here we go.
that you know, I said certain things. I was drunk,
Things that cut deep.
but I'll tell you this. I don't know, man. I even still to this day, I'm still trying to like really get into Sepultura because honestly, throughout high school and shit like that, I just never got into them like because I was all into fucking Slayer, you know, and I don't know, man. It's just I want something about their music to stand out to me and grab me like fucking Angel of Death grabs me or South of Heaven grabs me or something like that, you know?
Well,
I want every
grabs
album
you.
to grab me like that.
You know, and but I don't know, man. I'm really having a difficult time with Sepultura. So much so that like when I'm working out or I'm running on the treadmill or whatever, and I'm podcasting, you know, Slayer radio, and some fucking Sepultura jam comes out, I have to press the forward button, man, and go to the next song because it just I want something about their music to resonate with me, and it just doesn't as much as I want to, you know. But I mean, they're fucking badass, no doubt. They're a fucking badass band. It's just that
It's like
I
a
don't
cup
know.
of tea, dude.
Yeah, it's just
It's just not. It's not you. I mean,
even though they're in the same genre, it's just like I don't know. I don't know if it's the
Is it that
sound. The
You think they
riffs
sound like
that
somebody
play.
else, or they just doesn't hit you, dude?
Oh man,
Because to me, like I like them. I don't have anything bad to say, but they just kind of blend in with everybody. They do have certain songs that do stand out. It's
their
not the
whole
first thing I'm going
style
to listen to.
stands out. I just think you're listening to a very prejudiced ears. You know, because not to
well,
talk.
no, I'm not listening it through prejudicial ears. I'm just telling. I just said right now that I'm giving it a chance, and I'm really trying to, you know, pick out what it is that I like and I don't like about it, and it doesn't grab me.
Yeah,
I
because
get it, man.
it comes up on my Spotify mix, and not knowing who it is, I don't know who they are. I don't know any of their fucking songs, but I listen to them. I'm digging it. I'm like, oh shit, that's Sepultura.
Yeah.
And like you said, Roots. That's the album that always comes up. It's
Yeah,
fucking
that
good
album's
album.
great album.
It's a good album, but it's not something I'm gonna go fucking pick up and listen to do anything.
But I get
When
it,
it comes
man.
on,
Yeah.
I'm good with it.
I get what you mean, man. Because I have a certain artist I'm not gonna mention that I just can't stand. He makes good music.
Yeah.
Is he a hip
I
hop
just
artist?
I just cannot. I can't get into him.
Yeah.
Drake.
Well,
I'm not a fan. I don't get the hype on that dude. I don't.
Was I right?
On who?
I was right.
Who is that?
Drake?
Drake.
Oh,
I just can't.
But I also don't follow. I don't understand the hype on Jay-Z, and I know he's a rap legend. You know. I
There's
know.
another guy that I was on the same list, and a lot of people love him. They like him. Shit, I just cannot get into it.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything to me.
I get what you say about Jay-Z too. Yeah, apparently he's a rap mogul.
Apparently,
Apparently he's a rap mogul.
I don't
but
know what
mean,
he's done to fucking be that big.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
His image.
we grew up with NWA.
Yeah.
We grew up with fucking, you know, Ice Cube, Eazy-E. You know, that's our shit. We grew up with old school fucking like Bad from you know, LL Cool J. You know, the Beastie Boys, License to Ill. Dude, we were alive when all those albums dropped.
You know what's the difference between them and Jay-Z? is that they don't have any fucking product placement in their raps. They're not talking about Gucci. They're not talking about Versace or fucking, you know, they're not flossing. I mean,
I wouldn't even know he has that in his music, dude.
well, yeah,
I
I
just-
listen to Jay-Z.
I haven't.
I mean, some of his songs are good. I mean, I could name a couple of them, but
I think some of it is just kind of seeped into our experience because it's kind of the popular music, and you know you can't ignore it because it's around.
Yeah.
Same with like Beyonce and stuff. Like I don't care for Destiny's Child or Beyonce, but it's been around, so I know some of the cuts. And like, all right, whatever, you know, it's there. But am I going to ever spin that? Nah.
Yeah.
And do I connect with it? Hell no. It's not for me.
Yep.
But I respect it. You know, I got to. But I don't get like this idolization of these artists who are supposed like next thing's to slice bread.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, they're doing their thing. Good for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're all of that.
Yeah, I don't hate them. You know,
Yeah,
good for them for
exactly,
what they're
yeah.
doing. It just not my cup of tea, dude.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, like even now, like you go to a club or you go to a restaurant, fucking dance place, whatever the fuck, and you got a DJ spinning. They're always spinning old shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the old shit.
Yep.
You know, at least from the places that I've gone to, and even my nephew, you know, Rome, DJ Rome. Shout out to DJ Rome.
Whoop, whoop.
Everything that he spins is all old, you know. And this fucker is a millennial, but he knows what's up about
had
music.
good teachers.
Yeah, because of my sister, myself, my brother. We, you know, all the music that we've played and shit. And like I'll see him, you know, posting on Snapchat or Facebook or whatever. He's going to all these fucking shows now, like live music shows and shit. That's his fucking thing now. So he's like, I love to see how he's evolving musically, but every time he spins, he's always spinning old shit, you know, because that shit,
I mean,
that's what captivates
for the
people.
exception of like fucking Chance the Rapper, Kendrick Lamar, and fucking Cole. I mean, what the fuck else is out there?
Nothing.
As far as hip hop goes.
I mean, even them, I've never heard any of their songs. I mean, maybe I have on the radio and didn't know it was them, but it all sounds the same. It's all fucking auto-tune and it's all fucking
Those guys are
mumble rap.
Those
and all
guys are the
bullshit. You know,
Those guys are the exception of the rule, especially because one of them was produced by Dr. Dre,
Which one would that be?
Kendrick Lamar. He
Was that
found-
the damn album?
Yeah.
But see, a lot of those are like good music is not on the radio. Well, sorry, there's good music for certain people, you know, like their taste is that, but there's a lot of good music that's not being played on the radio.
A lot of good music.
So it sucks that I can't throw that out there for people. Maybe one day we'll make a list for people to go to, you know, in every genre we
That
can
would
make
be
a
awesome.
list.
Because that touches on something that's been discussed on this podcast before. Is there's so much music happening, but if you're listening and only tuned into the mainstream, you're missing out on everything.
Yeah, there's really a lot of music out there, man. A lot of good music. A lot of hip hop that I know of that, unfortunately, people are never gonna hear.
Like Pigeon John is a great example.
Yeah.
Pigeon John's fucking amazing.
There's a lot of things out there, man, that, you know, wish labels will pick up on these guys. You know, unfortunately, they're just picking up on the popular stuff and making them more crappy music.
It's like on Facebook, like when you're scrolling, and then you'll see TMZ make some sort of fucking somebody who's been arrested. It's always some fucking rapper that I've never heard of.
Exactly.
Like little
Everybody little.
Little eye booger.
Yeah, little eye booger just got arrested. A little chicken wing got arrested. It's like, who the fuck are these people?
But
you know?
but let me ask you something. How much rap do you listen to?
Nothing new. Nothing. It just, I'm not into it.
Do you,
You know?
okay, so let me ask you something. Would you go out there and search for rap?
Well, that's just the thing. There's no rap out there that I would consider good rap.
No, but would you actively go look for something new, you yourself, in the rap genre?
I don't know.
Not on your own. I don't see you doing that on your own, but I will see you. Like if Landon was here and he go, let's go to the show, I see you doing that, and then you might like that shit.
I would do.
Yeah, I don't
You
see
know?
you like going to the record store and like, oh,
No.
let me see something new. I can't do that.
No.
Actually, I
I need
don't
some.
mind.
I need some kind of direction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even you guys, like, I don't know a lot about metal. I could actually ask you guys, make a list for me. You know, make a list and I'll fucking listen to it.
And you get 4 completely different lists.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, look at the
And-
top 10s we had.
Yeah.
Almost completely different.
And to that point, like even rap, like I think I carry an outdated definition of rap. Like
So
what
do
I
I.
consider rap doesn't hold true anymore. Now rap is this much broader, almost like I don't even know how to describe it. It doesn't mean the same anymore. And I think it has a lot to do with something. I think Brick and I maybe had discussed this, like how everything's kind of become muddled, and the whole. I threw the word around like cultural appropriation. To me, metal is a culture, and it's been appropriated by the mainstream soccer mom movement or whatever. Yep. And in that regard, it's lost a lot of its meaning. And now you got kids moshing and stuff who don't really understand what moshing is and don't even understand like
It's something that something. I'm sorry for cutting you
No,
off.
please.
It's something that Henry Rollins said about his definition of sellouts, and how like you'll hear a Ramones song in a commercial. It's now all those people our age grew up and now they're in charge. So that music is being dictated that way. That we're older now, and then we have a little bit more power, and then we have a little bit more pull, and we have the jobs that other people had,
I can see that.
and that's why that music is the way it is. But just like you, I have an outdated, definition of hip hop. Not because I don't like hip hop. I really enjoy hip hop. It's just that, like Joel with Sepultura, nothing gravitates towards me. And I tried listening to it. Like, as a novelty, we started listening to Korean trap music. And some of that stuff is not bad. Believe it or
It's
not.
a different spin on stuff. You're hearing it from a different lifestyle, or not so much gangster. You're hearing it from somebody in Korea. You're not hearing it from a fucking thug wannabe fucking point of view.
But that's exactly what they are. They're thug wannabes.
Yeah, but I mean, but that's a Korean thug wannabe, not a LA based or Atlanta based or anything, dude.
It's like when Eminem broke out.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, what you know about Detroit?
yeah, his music does absolutely zero for me, and that's fine. For millions, it does something for them, but for me, it doesn't.
I'm with that, and I feel like, and I hear people, I hear their opinions. They're like, he's the greatest thing since who knows who, and I'm
my
like,
thing
all right, I respect that, but I just don't feel it.
Yeah, and my thing is like, nah, dude, I'm pretty sure Ice Cube was like the shit, and he wrote. Okay, this is how I look at Ice Cube. To me, Ice Cube is to NWA what Jeff Hanneman was to Slayer. That's the comparison I make.
Ice Cube is what to rap is to what Tony Iommi is to hip hop.
There you go.
Or something like that. Or Tony Iommi
No,
is
Tony
to metal.
Iommi to metal, dick.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's actually, yeah.
But I have to respectfully disagree with you with Eminem. I think Eminem is the greatest rapper that's ever lived. Period.
He's one of the top.
I gotta disagree with you.
He's one of the top.
And
There's different views of him.
You know what though? My one one of my secrets, I actually like Eminem, not because of the rap, nothing, because just artistically, completely, he's a visual artist. He's a fucking
new
lyrical.
flavor. Yeah.
He's different, dude. He has a whole fucking spectrum that I respect from. I love his fucking voice. He actually, his wordplay is fucking awesome. He's not telling you. He's telling you a story, but it's more in a video. You actually you watch his videos. I liked Eminem through his videos more than through just his music.
Okay, his music is booty now. I have to, but his freestyle, I have never ever in my life have ever heard anybody freestyle like him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
maybe we're not listening to the same person.
You are absolutely not listening to the same person
because
he is
let me tell you,
freestyle,
let me tell you, that freestyle that he did about Trump, it was garbage.
Okay, that is garbage. Okay,
It's garbage. Yeah. Okay, it was garbage, and that's not.
But the Detroit Cipher, you remember that when he's?
I got some stuff from 97, 98 that
the sound bombing shit,
blow shit away, man. Like I'll let you listen to the Virgil,
dude.
One day I'll put it
Olympics.
on, and that's he came out of nowhere because he had he's, they say like who breaks music, who comes out that does something new. He was one of them back in 97, 98. He was one that just came out of nowhere.
He was a white guy from Detroit that was a successful.
That's the reason he blew up, because he didn't sound like anybody.
That he's white.
Yeah,
I don't even care that he's white or anything.
I'll tell you this. I don't know. He ain't got shit on like the Beastie Boys. Okay, he ain't got shit.
To me, it's two different styles.
Yeah,
it's two different genres.
That's like saying Mozart's better than Slayer.
tastes like quesadillas and fucking pupusas.
But I mean,
It's his wordplay that got everybody and his delivery.
See, what
He
it
had-
was for me-
nobody sounded like him back then.
I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't get him until I watched the movie, dude. I watched the fucking movie and then I'm like thinking about like the same struggle growing up, you know, fucking
Yeah.
putting himself in place, and not so much that movie was realistically.
Somewhat. So, you know, trying to
But
put
he
it a
did
little
put real elements in it. But
Yeah.
I could see that fucking happening.
bit. Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing trying to make it big anywhere, dude.
Yeah.
Sports, fucking
Mhm.
music, anything, dude. So I respect him in that aspect, and then I started listening
it's
to
a-
actual music.
it's your typical rags to riches, you know.
It is,
Yeah.
it
You
is.
know.
But you're like, this is Detroit, though, you know.
I mean, you got to think about like
How many other
Other
Detroit rappers do you know of?
Yeah, I know a couple of, but how he came out, I mean, even if you didn't know he was white or whatever, his delivery alone blew everybody away, man. And his wordplay.
his first album.
His like when he was first on the Wake Up Show back then, when he showed up on there, it blew everybody
Yes.
away, man. Like, who the
Yes.
fuck is this guy? That's why he did it. And that's when he was heard by Dr. Dre, he was like, oh shit, who is this motherfucker? I want him in the studio. He made 3 freaking songs that first night he met Dr. Dre in the studio, and
Yeah.
that was like he blew everybody. They're like, holy shit, this fool can do this.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
the
he
same thing
busted
like
out
when
more and
Snoop
more and
Dogg
more.
came
Yeah.
out. It's just a different spin on
Yeah.
things. Now, and once again, I like him. I'm still not gonna go out and buy his fucking record.
No,
Like
like I said, I respect everybody who doesn't like somebody. I mean, hey, I know I like a lot. I don't like a lot of people.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, but it's I mean, you guys are just. I don't know. I'm not trying to enforce my opinion on anybody. Respectfully, I respect Joel's opinion on his take on Eminem. I'm just thinking, as a person that likes literature, who likes to read and who likes poetry and who likes, you know, just wordplay, like you say. He's a fucking genius.
Oh God.
Because
See, to me,
No.
it wasn't even the lyrics on him. It was the voice that would follow along
You
with the
being-
music. The
Okay.
music was fucking always standing out more than the fucking vocals to me, dude, for Eminem.
But you know, like I'm a lyrics guy,
Mhm.
you know, and I think his lyrics were like nobody was fucking
There-
rhyming like
but
him.
there's also a lot of really great lyrics with bad music out there.
Yeah, like who came out? Okay, who I know I don't want to make any comparison, but who in the metal scene came out that you guys were like, what the fuck is this? It blew everybody away when they came out.
Don't say Slayer.
You can only think of Slayer.
No, because Slayer, Metallica, and shit like that,
They were already
they
established.
were already established.
Mhm. So who came out? Like, there's got to be somebody out
I'll
there.
tell
guys.
you what though, Megadeth, when they came out after Dave Mustaine got kicked out, he came out with Megadeth, and they were like, "What the fuck? This is like 1,000 times faster than fucking Metallica."
Mm.
But I mean, I don't know.
Have you guys thought about the history of, okay, not metal, but something led to metal, right? You guys know the history behind that, right? I mean, I don't know if
Okay, it would be
Loosely.
the equivalent. It would be the
what
equivalent.
came out where it just
Black Sabbath, I think.
Well, yeah, Black Sabbath is already established, but well, like in our generation, I think when Nirvana hit, would be considered like that Eminem moment. You know,
okay.
that would be the equivalent because it just changed everything. It killed the genre of music.
Sure did. Yeah, I remember
It
that, yeah.
created a genre of music
Yeah.
and it put a bunch of bands on the map. They were already good, but people started to notice them.
And on a related note, I think they had the luxury of platform of mainstream radio, like K-Rock, you know. K-Rock played the fuck out of Nirvana,
did.
and
Yeah,
right
sure
next
did.
to The Cure, right
Locals
next
Only.
to Depeche Mode.
And what was crazy is that all Nirvana really did, in my opinion, was reinvent the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking 3-chord fucking punk riffs.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's fucking it. Yeah, they popped them out. I don't know, like with songs like "Come As You Are" or "Lithium" or whatever. They did something with it a little bit different, and it fucking created something.
See, all right.
The
So
magic. Of the
let me ask you guys something. If to me, Nirvana's always been the recording. There's double vocals on it. There's fucking 4 different guitars on it, 4 different fucking amps. That the way fucking Vic Butch recorded, right?
Butch Vig, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Butch Vig. Big Butch. I came out fucking sorry, buzz, but I believe if they just did a simple 4-track fucking recording, they would not have been big. I think the recording and the way the producer fucking put it out
The
made
producer,
it fucking big.
Sonically.
I disagree. I think the production made it sell better, but the music was catchy as
The music
fuck.
was catchy, but also I don't believe it would have been as big if it wasn't for the production itself.
I think it all plays together. It's all
It worked together, but if you think about it, if say I had my 4-track recording, I recorded Nirvana and I put it out there, do you think the record or the radios would have picked up on it?
You can't have a BLT without bacon, man.
So I honestly think Butch Vig had a really big influence on
And that's why
putting
they,
them out there.
Yeah,
that's why they
sonically,
kept
yeah.
him. That's why they kept him. Because it was
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know there's double vocals on that.
Yeah.
He
I'll
kept on
tell you-
telling Kurt that, hey, it doesn't sound good, let's redo it.
Mhm.
And then
And
he
he
doubled up on him.
He didn't want to do it either.
He didn't want to do it. He
didn't wanna do
didn't
it.
like that shit.
he did it because Butch Vig said that the Beatles did it.
Yeah, and he was a big
No, he
Beatles fan.
And
didn't.
it was a
No,
big
Kurt
Beatles
didn't know
fan.
he was doing that. He didn't know he was doing it until the very fucking end, dude. He actually said, hey, we're going to redo it again.
Are you saying the vocal tracks are double layered? So
They're-
what we're
they're-
hearing is two voices of
Yeah.
the
You're hearing
same,
two
Low and a
voices, yeah.
high.
two takes of
Yeah.
the same.
Yep. Sometimes up
You
to
got
4.
a low and then you
Okay.
got a high up there. You
Sometimes
listen
up
to the
to 4.
headphones.
I
If
never
you hit
knew
the
that.
headphones, you hear it.
The
Yeah.
best example you can hear it on is Something in the Way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something in
Better.
the Way, it stands out the most out of that.
Yeah.
Well, out of the Nevermind album. And
That is a fucking badass fucking song.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it is.
That is a fucking
And
badass.
I don't
Listen-
think it's to
listen-
take away from Nirvana. They're badass,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
They're badass, but I always thought that they just, if it wasn't for the production of the album, you would not hear them. They would not be on the radio.
I'll tell you when Nirvana created that genre and Alice in Chains came out, dude, I was fucking blown away by Alice in Chains, dude. I
To
thought
this day, I'm
they
still
were
blown away.
still to this day, dude. They're one of the fucking
They're
bands I listen
on
to
my
every
top
fucking
3
day.
of
Mhm.
all time.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for Nirvana, do you think you would have heard Alice in Chains ever?
yeah, it would have been
I
a little
think
bit
so.
more difficult to find out.
I
'Cause
think you probably would have been told about these people
Because
somewhere.
They were
throughout
touring
this-
with bands that we
yeah.
like too. So
Yeah.
even though they were so like one unique flavor and offshoot of metal, they were so special that they were hard to ignore.
because Soundgarden and Alice in Chains already had albums out before Nevermind came out.
But were
They
they
had
big?
But
they
big
had louder.
albums.
They had Louder Than Love, and then Alice in Chains had Facelift.
But were they popular?
Yeah, they opened up for
The Clash of the Titans.
Clash of Titans tour
No
for
shit.
Slayer, Metallica, or what was it? Slayer,
Slayer,
Megadeth,
and Metallica.
Suicidal Tendencies,
Yeah.
and
Was it the whole tour or just
Testament.
was it the region
It was a
that
tour.
they're in? Or
for
was
the
it
whole tour.
Okay.
The whole tour.
The first time I had ever bought tickets to see Metallica, it was supposed to be Metallica, Alice in Chains, Suicidal, and I forget who else. And of course, Alice in Chains, I guess Lane was in the throes of, the heroin trip. And they dropped off. So I don't know if it was Judas Priest's singer, Rob Halford's band Fight, who joined on, or was it Candlebox? But I didn't get to see Alice in
Candlebox.
Chains.
I think it was Candlebox.
Candlebox.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know what you're talking about. I think it was Candlebox.
But it was, opening for Metallica.
Oh, yeah.
Hey man.
But like I'm always thinking like it's if it wasn't for a certain band, you wouldn't hear a lot of other bands. It's always something
Sure.
like that, dude.
I mean, yeah,
And Nirvana's one of those bands that I just always thought that you're not gonna hear a certain other type of.
they definitely
Grunge.
opened up the door for a lot of
Yeah.
bands. Well, like a lot of bands like not Mother Love Bone, but
Mudhoney.
Tad, Screaming Trees. Those bands were direct fucking meat puppets. They were
Yeah.
direct. They owe their fucking careers to Nirvana.
Yeah, like who heard of the Meat Puppets before the Unplugged?
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, I just heard
You know?
Nirvana right now.
Fucking Flipper. Who the fuck's heard of Flipper before Nirvana?
Yeah, and then you listen to them and it's like that's a shitty recording, dude.
Oh, the meat puppets are great.
No,
You know-
Flipper.
But were they in the better studios?
Once they started getting into the bigger studios, yeah, they
I
did.
think a lot have to
But
do with
before
it,
that, was
too.
a lot of 4-tracks.
But were they signed to a major label? Maybe they didn't have the
No.
right
No,
equipment.
they had so Seattle had their own little kind of record label there.
The Sub Pop.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay.
Sub Pop and there's
That's
there's
right.
other ones, but they all worked with each other.
Yeah.
They didn't work against each other.
But
They were like Death Row, but broke.
But I
Yeah.
think Geffen Records pumped up big time. They pumped up.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have
Geffen
made it
Records,
that
yeah.
big if they weren't with them. I think
No, they had a fucking killer distribution deal.
Mhm.
that's what made them bigger.
And besides, like,
It opened up the more audience. That's what they did for them.
and then people were just craving for new music.
Because how long was Sub Pop around before they actually blew up? Like
10 years or so.
No, 2 years.
No, there you go.
That brings up a good point. Like when Nirvana dropped, the scene was like fucking butt rock, as they call it, like
Yeah.
hair metal and I don't know, pop
Can
music.
you
which-
take me high enough?
They had that fucking that ballad that was in black and white.
So
you
like
know?
they were they're all right when Bleach dropped they were still with Sub Top, and then
Yeah.
when they finally got to Geffen, that just blew them the fuck
Sure,
up.
yeah.
They were in Sub Pop when they were recording Nevermind. I
Yeah.
guess they dropped out, and then
They dropped out.
They got signed to Geffen Records.
And they brought a lot of those songs into. But if it wasn't for Geffen, I bet you we wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been where they're at.
No, they were probably not. Geffen had a great promotional machine going.
So that kind of brings up a weird point, though. Did Nirvana change, or did Geffen change Nirvana?
Butch Vig changed Nirvana.
He did.
So did Nirvana change the scene, and they were like, I don't know where it came out, everybody loved them.
They changed the scene once the music came out.
Because people
To
wanted to
media.
sign the next Nirvana. And then they were like, hey.
Everybody's looking for the next Nirvana.
Yeah, and that's why all these fucking bands like fucking, what's that fucking band? They have their album, Silverchair.
Oh yeah.
Silverchair.
They're just looking for the next potential fucking big hit,
Mhm.
and they're throwing money out there trying to find it.
Exactly.
And then all those bands were all one-hit wonder bands.
Yep. Screaming
Yeah.
Trees was the one hit wonder band, but
Silverchair.
I have their
Black-
CD still, and they have some good shit on there. Just
Yeah.
none of it's radio friendly, dude.
Yeah,
Except for the
Silverchair,
one song.
I think that's the thing, though. Nirvana had a
Lifehouse.
lot of radio friendly hits.
Lifehouse
Yeah.
is way after
Fuel.
Nirvana, though. So is Fuel. Fuel was like post-Nirvana.
Yeah.
Well,
all
here's the
that
thing.
shit.
I think that radio warmed up to harder edge
Yeah.
music because of Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
they just saw how the masses were liking that.
Yeah.
shit.
And they also warmed up to punk rock.
Yep.
Because you never, ever heard like Dead Kennedys or Ramones in the radio.
Sure.
And I hear Ramones in the radio on Jack FM. You know?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when Incubus dropped with the Morning View album, all of a sudden you kind of start seeing bands
yep.
kind of like Incubus starting
Yep.
to fucking
Yeah.
drop too, like Hoobastank,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
See, like,
You
remember,
know, all that,
That was
shit
another
started to
group.
drop.
That was
and
another band.
That was another. I think Incubus was, in my opinion, a
One of those
front runner
changers.
for that style of
Yeah,
music.
You're right.
they
you
were.
know?
You
They
know,
were.
The way that people see the Black Metallica album, I see that album for Incubus like kind of the sellout album.
Yeah,
And I know that's unfair, but I come from like Science and maybe
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
That was
the
one
Science
of my,
drop.
one of my
Science drop
favorite
shit.
albums is Science, dude.
Yeah,
yeah.
it
It's
is.
fucking
still
awesome.
All time
still
favorite.
epic.
ones. Yep.
See,
But
but
It
I
is.
played Science for people and they're like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And they know
Fucking
every other.
Incubus.
They
Yeah.
know
You
every
know?
other Incubus
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
Yeah.
But, you know, in defense of Incubus and with the quote unquote sellout, every album was different.
Yeah.
You know,
It
and,
was.
you know, I
Morning
mean,
View
you
was
can't
so
so
say
good.
different from Science.
it was good.
Yeah.
like Fungus Among Us doesn't sound
Yep.
like Science.
Yeah.
Yep.
and,
and-
the next one, Morning
View.
Morning View does not sound like Science at all.
And
Morning
then,
View was a complete changer
Make
for it.
Yourself was after Science.
I'm sorry.
No, it's Morning View. Then
I mean, it
Make
was-
Yourself.
Yeah.
Was it?
I'm sorry.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I was wrong about that. Yeah, it's Make
Yeah.
Yourself was first,
Yeah.
Because
then Morning View.
I did
Yeah.
hear Science on radio stations late night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Late night, dude. Like
And I-
working AAA late night.
Yeah.
And I say Make Yourself and Morning View because those two albums, fucking like every fucking song
Yeah.
on those both of those albums were fucking like bad fucking ass.
Everybody
Yeah.
had that old
You know?
albums. Everybody
I
had
thought
He
was
was, he was
fucking bad.
heartbroken, so he had good fucking lyrics.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
They were really good.
Yeah.
Man.
Like
Good fucking music.
I actually I'm not a fan of Morning View or anything after that. I mean, I like the music. I'm not a fan of it. Science was it for me. Fungus Among Us was the shit.
Yeah.
dude.
Talk Show on Mute, that little EP was pretty good. They had that. They
Never
had
really give it a chance, so I can't really say I like it or don't.
They had that cover of Hello on it by
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie.
No shit.
They were the ones that first brought out that whole DJ thing, though. I think
Not
that's
the first, but one of them.
One
like,
of the first
Slipknot
ones.
had them before that.
Yeah, yeah. One of the ones that made it
Head
popular.
Head
I
PE.
think and that's another
MP,
thing.
Yep.
That's another thing. Slipknot. I mean, great fucking musicians, but it just doesn't do it for me.
I don't like. You know what? I want to like them because, okay, it's like me with sports. I don't like sports, but I like movies about sports, which is weird. And
Fucking Rudy.
I like documentaries.
That's a good movie.
We're gonna talk about that
Fuck,
movie on
I
another
just-
podcast.
I just spit
Did I
fucking
step-
AKG.
Did I step on a landmine there?
Dude, I just
Oh,
spit fucking
man.
jungle juice all over the AKG, dude.
So I like hearing the backstory about Slipknot. I like watching a documentary on Slipknot, but I don't like Slipknot. And I really tried. I've listened to every single song they had recorded out. You know, thanks to Spotify, we have the luxury of doing that. And there's two songs that I like that are fucking great, and they have such a great hook. But as far as I wouldn't pay to go see them, and I wouldn't buy an album.
See,
And I really tried to get into them, but it's just something about it. It doesn't rub me the wrong way. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I don't.
see,
I
Slipknot was different enough for me to actually want to fucking listen to them, dude. It wasn't because of Linwood guys, but I got into it kind of. I think Angel had one of the albums.
They had Iowa.
Yeah, I listened to them like, dude, that's fucking hard, dude. That's hard shit.
It
Also,
was.
you got to remember when it came out, like having melodic vocals with heavy music was a new thing.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so it
And
was really hard for the
difference.
purists.
That was the difference that I liked.
I'll tell you, the first time I heard that melodic vocals with heavy was when Slayer did the Jägermeister music tour in 2003, and they had or 2004, and they had Arch Enemy open up for them.
Oh, yeah.
A song side with or along with Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah.
And Kill Switch Engage was fucking heavy and crazy, but they had some parts in the middle of the songs where it was very fucking almost fucking
Sing-songy,
operatic, dude.
yeah.
Operatic, you know. And it's like, I'm sorry, dude, but you just lost me. You know, it just I don't know.
I can't get into
Yeah,
Kill
I
Switch.
can't.
I
You know
can't
what
get
though?
into
Kill
that
Switch.
shit.
That's I don't know why, but I always think of them as kind of the middle act to make you go on and buy more beer. This is my piss break. I'm gonna go buy more beer, dude.
And you know what? No, not
Load up on some nachos.
and not to take away
Piss
their
break.
musicianship, because these fucking bands
No,
are
they're
tight.
solid, yeah.
They're fucking
They're
tight.
great.
They're solid. They're precision. They're precise. They're the precision.
And their
fucking,
heart is in the right place.
Yeah. But it's just like
It's not.
it just doesn't.
Like
anything.
Avenged Sevenfold. Like
Yeah, like
I don't
do
like
not-
that Iron Maiden fucking riffage. You know, like
No.
dude, that's already been done.
For
Yeah.
me, what the deal breaker on Avenged Sevenfold is the vocal style. I just can't. To me, it's a little
Yeah.
whiny.
It is.
But
That I can't get into that genre of music. I can't get into Five Finger Death Punch and
Yeah.
you know.
But see, like I've always
just nothing. You
see,
know?
like Slipknot
But
has
that's
always
evolution
put
of
them on the
metal.
same level as Gore, as Green Jelly, as fucking Ugly Kid Joe, dude. They're all different to me, and it's not that the band is fucking great. It's just the music's fucking a different spin on shit, a different spin on metal.
Yeah, and then you gotta. There's millions of Slipknot fans.
Yeah.
But
myself included, yeah. I like Slipknot a lot. They helped me through
you
some
know,
shit.
you
Yeah,
know what-
exactly,
But
dude.
you know what really turned me off of Slipknot is the mask. The mask and
Does it
the
trip?
theatrics.
Does it trip?
Because the one thing I always loved about the scene that we all grew up in, the death metal scene, punk rock scene, is that we didn't dress the part. We didn't have to put on a theatrics. We just see fucking guys in a fucking dicky shirt and just fucking rock out this hardest fucking music ever.
So,
They-
the,
they
so
were
the
like-
Dickies weren't fucking
No, it
the
wasn't.
Dickies,
So-
the Docs.
No, but what I'm saying
Were they
is
the
that
Kiss of punk?
every genre has a uniform, dude.
I know every genre has a uniform, but they didn't put on the fucking makeup, and they didn't act all satanic when they weren't. You know, it was just themselves. And there's a couple bands out there that did it for me, and I like that. I didn't like the fact that you put on this fucking Kiss makeup and you're this fucking mystique behind your fucking. The music should be enough for me. I mean, I'm only speaking for me.
Of course, no, I don't disagree with you. I actually struggled with the makeup bit a little bit and the get-ups. It's like, come on, man, just fucking play the music. You know, drop the shit, drop the act. Just bring the music. You putting on a mask doesn't make the music more edgy.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't.
But it
I
does
look
add
past
to
it.
it though,
Mhm.
because
It's a
like
gimmick.
Slayer, every show we've been to has been fucking different. The different stage acts, the fucking fire they have, dude. The fucking lighting, dude. It all adds to the whole fucking the ambiance to it, dude. Slipknot is one of those exceptions. Like,
kinda
yeah,
like-
the music's fucking good enough by itself without the theatrics.
You know what? I agree with you, Chris, and I also agree with you on that, because if they were to play a show without all that bullshit,
Yeah.
it'd fucking be. I think would be like fucking.
brutal as
Badass.
fuck, yeah.
I don't know. I think that. I don't know. You got to look at it also, you know, from a psychological perspective as well. I don't want anything to take me away from the music. I don't want to focus on some stupid fucking mask or whatever.
that's
know?
exactly my point.
So, I don't know.
It's kind of
You know
like
what-
Insane
You
Clown
know how it
Posse.
is nowadays, dude. Our attention span is what it is nowadays, and you know.
So it's like watching a movie and then reading just a script. Think about it. You're getting a visual here, and the other one you're just getting the fucking.
But I mean, like people, okay, like Slayer, like when you say Slayer with the pyro and the lighting. That's part of a live show, I think. I mean, you look at like when we went to go see Nine Inch Nails at the fucking Staples Center. Remember that?
Yeah.
Dude, their fucking light show was fucking great. It added ambiance, and just like Tool did the same thing. Tool had the fucking light show.
That was what I was going to get to.
The videos. That is not what I'm talking about. You know, like, because when they come off stage and they do interviews, they're fucking Tool. When fucking Slipknot does interviews, they're still in their stupid ass mask and they're fucking talking to their stupid ass shit. They're not themselves.
Tool does the same fucking thing. He's always changing character when he plays live.
But that's part of the music.
You're talking about the image. You're talking about the actual image of literal. Yeah. Their image is what you don't like.
Because, like,
that's
okay,
it.
Because the difference between Tool and Slipknot, Tool's music is about 30% of the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
totally agree with that.
It's more of a 3-dimensional experience, or 4-dimensional experience. With Slipknot, they wear the mask just as an image thing.
It's a gimmick, man.
It's a gimmick.
That's all it is.
And it's not an experience. It's a gimmick.
But that's what they wanted to do.
Well, yeah, of course that's what they wanted to do. What I'm saying is
it's kind of a shock thing.
I'm not.
I
know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like,
I'm just speaking for myself.
You don't like their image. You don't like how they look. You like their music, but you don't like their image.
I don't like their music, and that was like kind of like a thing that turned me off. That turned me off from even trying to listen to their music because this is gonna be like Kiss. You know, with their makeup, and then they're
being being expert about music, you got to look past all that shit.
Of course I do, and that's why I eventually listened to all their albums, every single recording they've done, as far as like a studio recording.
Because the first time I heard Slipknot wasn't a visual; it was just music.
I heard the radio version, but you know, the first album, I thought he didn't have the experience to compose a song melodically. The singer. So it was all over the place because all you hear is, you know, it's just like, dude, you don't have no fucking melody. I get it, you know, that's what you're trying to do, but you're not doing it right. Some people do that and they do it well, but you know, as far as like that first album, when you would say you can't see something with your eyes, what's that thing?
Can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes.
Yes.
What's that name of that song that they use on that fucking video? With the cats.
What? Completely threw it off there.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
That fucking video that's circulating on Facebook with the fucking metal cat. It's a video that some fucking dude put together somewhere in this world.
Oh,
and it's a cat, and then it's like, and the cat's fucking singing. I finally realized it was a Slipknot song.
No shit.
Because I heard it on fucking Pandora.
Mm-hmm. See, but like,
anyways,
going back to Slipknot.
No, but that's I mean,
I don't mind the visuals at all. It doesn't take away from the music to me, dude.
Yeah,
the music's still fucking there.
I can abandon the visual because I connected with the music before the visuals. So the visuals are almost inconsequential.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get turned off by a band because of the visuals.
Well, I got turned off by one group. Okay, I'm gonna name a lot of people like this group. The Cure.
Oh, fuck The Cure.
Hold on. I know. A lot of people out there in the world, not you.
I'm
talking
sorry,
about
Clika world, but fuck The Cure.
There's people out there that love or whatever. You know, let me tell you what I'm kind of getting to where you're talking about.
You know what? Hold
on, Joel. Tell me why fuck The Cure.
I rather
Chris, dig. It's Chris. It's Chris's time.
Okay,
sorry, Dick.
No,
I rather die from the disease than have The Cure.
No. Let me look. I like I say, I'm trying to make an example. I'm trying to think what you're thinking is the whole visual thing. Okay, when I first seen a Cure video, I didn't know who the hell these guys were, but just the video alone, I was so sick of. I don't know. I'm like, fuck these fools. I hate this shit.
He's gonna touch me in the wrong spot.
Yeah, like fuck yeah, I didn't like it just based on the video.
Dude, the first video I saw was Caterpillar by The Cure.
Uh-huh.
And you know me, I don't remember fucking song names, nothing, dude. And I remember that one because I fucking hate that video. Dude.
Exactly. I think it's that same video.
I did feel like I was going to get fucking raped and fucking fingered in different ways, dude.
When I seen that, I'm like, oh my, I can't stand this guy. I remember my cousin wanted me to record that video for her. And I'm like, fuck this shit. I didn't like it. But I'm like, later on, I heard some of their music. And I did not know there was the same
Fascination band. Street is the jam.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't need to look at these fools.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but see,
I'll
yeah,
tell
see,
ya.
so later on, I started kind of liking The Cure, but that first impression I got of that was the visuals, and I'm like, fuck. If you're talking about what you're trying to say about the visuals, that kind of turned you off. I kind of get it.
You know what? Okay, I'd rather have fucking AIDS, like 1986 AIDS. You know that uncurable shit where you died right away and you had these lesions. That's what kind of AIDS I'd rather have than fucking have to listen to The Cure. Dude.
Let me tell you.
But I'm trying to make a comparison of your visual thing.
Cure's not
like,
a bad. Hey, dude, I have my big reasons why I hate The Cure. You know why, Dick?
I know why.
And
I know exactly why.
but you know what? I take all that away, and I could. They're listenable.
Yeah.
I'll tell
To a
you.
point.
I love The Cure. I think they're a fucking fantastic band. But are they a good live band? No.
He fell
I've
asleep at fucking Dodger Stadium watching them, dude.
I've given, dude, as much as I love the fucking Cure, as much as I love all their music, because it's 90% of it is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
But I've seen them live 3 times, and each fucking time
You
I
didn't
fell
learn?
asleep,
You
dude.
didn't learn the first time, and the second time, the third time.
Because, you know, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. At first, I'm thinking, maybe it's me.
To me-
But it wasn't. It was them.
To me,
I worked late that day, you know. I just needed to fucking.
hey, to me is The Cure is one of those bands that you want to tell a girl you like just to get laid. Like, I like The Cure. Like, oh really? Yeah, I like that fucking Bob Smith.
I know. I said that I wouldn't be negative on the podcast, off the podcast, but fuck The Cure.
No, I like The Cure, but what I'm trying to get at is that you're saying sometimes, like, the first time you seen Slipknot was a visual. You didn't like that whole mask shit. And it's like, that's how I felt about The Cure when I first seen them. But then I started liking their music after I found out that that's who they were. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's those same people. Actually, they're pretty good. They're like, fuck, if I wouldn't have judged them back then, based on their video, I probably would have had a whole different perspective about them.
It's true.
I just don't like the fucking Cure. I mean,
What is it that you don't like about The Cure, Dick?
they're whiny.
Hey, or-
Okay. They're pretentious melodies. They're whiny lyrics. Their fucking whole persona. There's not one thing I don't.
I'm gonna ask you a really poser question here. What's the difference between The Cure and Morrissey?
I was gonna say I dislike strongly Morrissey. I like Suedehead because it's part of me standing in the student store line getting a whatchamacallit. Beyond that,
You shut your mouth. I was like, I'll take that. Whatchamacallit right there and some corn
Hey,
nuts.
dude, you know what though?
Spicy
Like
corn nuts.
Morrissey, I fucking hated him growing up. I did. I saw all the fucking rebels with their stupid Morrissey shirts, and like they never don't even know a song from him.
All those,
Yeah,
hey, all those HP fucking rebels that hung around
quote unquote rebels.
at the
Yeah.
end, at the south end portion of Stockton
Yeah.
Court on the poles. Fuck you. You guys are all fucking jotos.
and posers.
And you guys, I seen a lot of pictures of you fucking idiots on Facebook, and you guys are all fucking fat and have no more hair. So fuck off.
So goodbye to their pompadours.
God damn, man.
But like Morrissey,
Anyways. Damn.
I have a love hate with Morrissey, dude. I fucking hate him because those fucking HP days. When I started listening to some of the stuff, I could dig it, and then I hate myself for liking it.
Yeah, I like their bass player. Was it Andy Smith?
Yeah,
That dude's bad.
yeah.
But
I was gonna say you wanna have a challenge. You want
the master class in bass.
You want to listen to if you want to learn some bass lines that you think you could take out by ear, pick up "The Queen Is Dead" and try and learn some bass lines on that. I mean, they're just fucking disgusting. They're the hardest fucking bass lines you ever heard.
And see, that's one of the things I like about Morrissey. It's not Morrissey. I like the bass.
It fucking
love the
Johnny,
melodies,
Johnny
dude.
Marr was a fucking phenomenal guitar player. If you want to be a guitar player and you think you can fucking play guitar, learn some fucking Smith songs.
That's some crazy shit, dude. I like that.
I mean, you got crazy fucking sevens, fucking weird arpeggio scales, dude. I mean, all this fucking I mean, the music was very catchy, but it's like very complex at the same time. And it was very like, I mentioned this before with Radiohead's Kid A. I mean, with OK Computer, their music was very atmospheric. They were 3 musicians backing up a singer, and when 3 musicians are in a band, and they only have a guitar, bass, and drums, that basic element, you know, the good bands are the ones that make the most out of the instrumentation.
Sure.
Like the Police.
I was just thinking about the Police.
Like the Police. I mean, their music is very progressive, and it's very complex, but it sounds very full for only being 3 musicians.
I agree. Most definitely.
I like Morrissey because the music's good, the fucking lyrics are great, and I think he has one of the most unique vocals in alternative music.
So why don't you like The Cure? It's the same kind of...
No, it's not the same kind of, because it's Friday, I'm in love. No, I'd rather hear you fucking shut your mouth. How can you say I go about things the wrong way?
The Cure is more poetry than music to me.
You know, one thing I think has a lot to do with whether you connect with something or not is the experience with which you listen to. Like, for example, when I was in junior high, I don't know how the funding came about, but somehow there was dollars for a DJ to come out and spin music during nutrition and lunch.
I had that.
You know? And this is the dance crew days where you wore like a little Super Mario around your neck or something.
The white pants and the fucking...
And people were doing the moves, and there's crews and battles and stuff. And, I heard a lot of music through those badass DJ setups. And it changed me because it hit me so hard. Yeah. Whether or not I wanted to, I couldn't ignore that sound. And some of that stuff was like the techno shit, the house stuff.
Yeah.
James Brown is dead.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yep. And I didn't necessarily even know what it was. It didn't have a name back then. It was just something was happening.
Yep.
But it hit me so hard, and it was so loud, and it sounded proper. And the bass was bassy, and the highs were hissing and crackling. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So I had respect for the dancers who were out there doing it, because I was a shy little fool, and it was amazing.
You always saw the shyest guy out of the whole crowd go up there and just do his shit.
Yeah, straight up.
Yep.
And he was dancing the hardest. He was hitting hard.
Doing the Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, fucking doing the Fila and
the Robocop,
the fucking Kid and Play.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody, just dancing.
I used to DJ in the junior high parties, dude.
Hell yeah.
The schools, dude. That's what I used to play, man. And yeah, you always got that shy motherfucker that you never seen shit done in no school. Start doing some crazy shit. Yep. And he got all the girls after that.
Yeah, he got the shiny cop shoes and the fucking, the baggy shirt and the baggy pants from Pacific.
But, I mean, taking it back to like Slipknot, though.
Yeah, the Levi's with the cut off Levi's tag.
But taking back to Slipknot and shit like that, it's no different to me than Cure and Morrissey. It's all the same genre at the same time, dude. I know what you're saying, but
yeah,
it's all the same fucking lovey-dovey shit, dude.
It's not, and I'll tell you, because people do things one way, and some people do things the other way. And yeah, you know what? Fucking the Cure and the Smiths may be on the same bus, but they're probably going to different directions when they get off that motherfucker.
But if we saw them together, it wouldn't be the same show.
No, it wouldn't, because they're two different bands.
It's like this, they're on the same bus, dude. They're going to fucking, L.A., but Morrissey is going to West Hollywood, and the Cure is going to fucking,
Belmont.
Belmont.
I don't know, man. After looking at Robert Smith, he might be going to West Hollywood.
Well, they definitely both are going to West Hollywood.
Hey, I want to round this whole thing out by saying, you know what? It's all part of the upbringing, and there's a special place in my heart for all these bands, even if I hate them.
Yeah.
And I don't hate them, but I don't love them. But still, like, when I hear it, like, it's nostalgic, Like, when I hear that, what is that? The Smiths, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, it's a party going down.
Yeah. You remember that fucking Heinen back in HP.
But I'll tell you, all the stuff that Morrissey's putting out right now, you
don't like it?
That he's putting out since, like, You Are the Quarry. Because remember, when You Are the Quarry dropped, he had been in hiatus for a long fucking
very long time.
And when You Are the Quarry dropped, I was like, holy shit. And everything he's put out after that, I've fucking loved.
Have you heard the new album?
I have it. I bought it on vinyl. It's fucking badass, I love how it's all hard.
Yeah.
Boz Boro is playing that fucking hard, edgy fucking guitar, and it just sounds fucking badass, man. And, they use, all their equipment is old, vintage shit that they're playing through.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way the sound,
I think for me, the Cure, I think my affinity with them ended with Blood Flowers. I thought it took me a couple times to listen to that album to really like it. And I have to admit, once I resigned myself to being a guitar player and not play drums anymore, had a newfound appreciation for that album because it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different, approach than what they've played, in the past. It's a whole completely different album, and I fucking dug it from a musician's perspective, from a technical
I
perspective.
never ever thought I would find myself defending The Cure.
And you have been for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, but
Sorry, guys.
But let me
You started this shit.
but let me defend myself here. I'm only defending maybe 2 or 3 songs from The Cure, Nick. Fuck the rest of them.
Thank you.
But no, they should have known when to call it quits. In my opinion, dude, they should just no more
How
recording.
can you call it quits? I mean, just like saying, you know what? You need to stop working your job, Rick.
No, I'm just saying they should just.
Why do people?
I gotta have to disagree with you, dude. You can't tell a musician not to play anymore.
No, but no, I just only like 3 Cure songs, and I don't know the name. Sorry, poser at them. But I hate The Cure for a lot of fucking reasons.
Trust me, we don't blame you.
I know.
Hey, and
I hate The Cure for you.
Yeah,
dude.
I hate The Cure for you because of that reason.
I would have respected Chris more if you would have said I hate The Cure because of you, Dick.
Well, speaking about hating, see, if my cousin told me back in the MTV era, she goes, when this song comes out, it's by this band. Please record it for me. This was back when, before YouTube, people had to wait for that video show. Remember that video show? You had to wait and watch it. So I had to record it for her. I actually put the video in there, and that shit came on, and I'm like, fuck. I started recording it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
What was it?
I forgot what song it was, man. But I was like, this shit is nasty.
It's Friday, I'm in Love. I bet you
No,
anything.
No, it wasn't.
I bet you a fucking caterpillar, dude.
I don't remember, man. I'm gonna remember that shit man, after the fucking pod. But I remember because of that day, I was like, what the fuck is these people? So I stopped it, whatever. I sent it to her, and then I'm like, why the fuck do you like these guys, right? She's like, oh, they're beautiful. I love them, blah blah blah, whatever. Never heard them. I probably heard them again at different times. And then I'm like, these guys are fucking badass. These guys are pretty good. Oh shit, is a Cure. Oh fuck. And I ended up liking them.
Yeah.
Okay, my final thought. My final thought on the whole Cure Morrissey Smith thing. And it's not my opinion, it's a fact that Morrissey is several rungs higher on the ladder as a songwriter and a lyricist than The Cure is, than Robert Smith. Because it's more poetic. What I consider a perfect song is a song called Maladjusted by Morrissey. Like, everything about that song is absolutely perfect. The lyrics, the musical arrangement, it's very simplistic, but it has a lot of melody, and it's just a perfect song in my opinion.
I'm gonna take that on as homework.
That's it. The entire album is fucking awesome.
That
whole fucking album.
Royce
is awesome.
Keane, Trouble
Awesome.
Loves Me, like all those songs on that album is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, like every I don't know, dude. I love Morrissey. I love all his solo shit. I love the Smiths. I have nothing bad to say about them. They've been a fucking phenomenal, influential band for me. The Cure, I love them. I think they're fucking awesome.
The Cure, dude.
Hey, will I go see them live again? No.
If you need to sleep, if you have trouble sleeping, go buy some tickets.
You're gonna get a lot of hate email.
Exactly.
Hey, Chris, you're gonna get a lot of hate email, man.
And that's
It's almost, hold on. It's almost like, that's Chris and this is Joel here, dude.
Yeah.
and that it's ClikaChris@gmail.com if you wanna send some hate mail my way.
No, but one thing I gotta thank Beto for is he turned me on to Spine Shank.
Oh shit.
Yes, Spine Cheek's awesome.
Fuck yeah, they are, dude.
You
They
know,
were a
I-
band from Bell Gardens, were they?
I don't honestly
I don't
remember,
know,
but
I don't know where they're from, dude, but they're fucking hard, dude.
they're one of the few bands who came up and didn't act like it.
Yeah.
They treated us like homies. They took us backstage. They shared drinks
Yeah,
with us.
that's
they
where I
shared
heard them
good
because you
times
guys
with
played
us.
with them.
Badass.
Yep.
Yeah, they were awesome, dude. They were real deal dudes.
And the funny thing is, I heard them live with you guys, and then years later, I fucking heard their CD, dude.
In the height of callowness.
Yeah, dude, fuck, that thing's
That's
amazing,
fucking
dude.
great album, dude.
The fucking visuals on that fucking album are fucking badass,
Oh
dude.
man, dude. I mean,
One of my favorite album covers is that one.
And like that totally jogs my memory. Like being a band back in the day when there was a scene, as much camaraderie as there was, every show was a battle of the bands, and your job was to blow people out of the water.
Yeah.
You know, and the band that just played before you was set the bar.
Yep.
And it was your chance to get up there and obliterate that bar, and hopefully the band after you sucked and left you at the top. But you know, it was fun. It was a friendly competition, and there was so much respect, so much camaraderie, and mutual admiration. You know,
And it was a healthy It was a healthy competition
Totally,
too, because it made you a better band.
absolutely. And that's where I learned gear shit. You know, oh, Sans amp. Oh shit. Oh, I can get I get a preamp for my bass and get that little layer of filth on top of all the bassy butter
To
juiciness.
emulate that tube amp sound.
Yeah, dude. So
Yeah.
You know what I like about those scenes though? Like when you guys see this play, you guys were out there watching the band, dude.
yeah, man.
You guys were out there fucking, you know, your singer, he's out there fucking rocking out to him, dude. And then you guys always give each other props. You know, like, hey, if I can give it up for these guys.
It was what people go to college for. I was standing on the side of that stage learning off of these fools, you know.
Yep.
Exactly.
Even at soundcheck, because if you were the real deal, you took soundcheck seriously, because that's your chance to really dial in the fucking mojo.
Yep. That's where you learn why a band's good. Is it the front man or is it the fucking music, dude? You know. And to me, a lot of bands have really good frontmen, not good music behind it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I like about your guys' band is you guys had a great frontman and the music.
Phenomenal
back
stage
'em up,
presence.
dude.
My
Thanks,
God.
man. That stuff for me was always hard to see. I always felt like I was flying blind.
Yeah.
I never knew what the crowds felt.
Yeah.
You know, I just felt like this is our shot. Just do your best. Whatever comes of it, yay.
Yeah. A lot of people don't see that. I mean, a lot of people don't see it from the band side. From the music side, you're like, oh shit, you guys are fucking grooving, dude. Fucking your singer was like just actively picking people out in the crowd, dude, fucking thanking fools and then just engaging. And I think that's what led to the magic that followed the song. You know, the music behind it was like, oh shit, dude, this fucker's badass.
Oh, yeah. And apparently, obviously, hopefully, the sound guy treated us right.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that had a lot to
I
do
remember
You know,
when Angel sang for you guys, Down.
Dude, that was fun.
Yeah.
This is Troubadour, no?
No, it was
Whiskey.
whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah, the whiskey. We went to the house with the pool. Good times there.
Whiskey.
But Angel kind of overdid it.
Was this a chapter show or an individual show?
Chapter, no?
It was chapter.
Yeah.
Yes, it was chapter.
That was a chapter.
Yeah,
Chapter.
that was fucking Angel. The whole time he's like, "This is where Jim Morrissey sang." It's all like that's the only thing he cared about. He didn't care about singing, nothing. He just like, "I'm gonna sing on the same stage as Jim Morrison."
He was proud to share the stage with Jim Morrison.
That's badass, though.
Yeah,
Like to
no,
think
he
to feel that.
yeah,
So did I. I was on the same trip.
It's
yeah,
like, fuck.
yeah. But you guys were, dude. But Angel's like blown away, dude. Like Jim Morrison by taking a piss in his urinal. He's like really.
I get like
into
that.
it, dude.
I used to get like that too.
No shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. But it was a good fucking show up to a certain point.
Because I remember we played at the House of Blues, and I was just sitting there like, how many people walk through these stages?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I remember walking through the hallway and looking at all the pictures on the side, and just tripping out on everybody. And dude, you're sharing the same steps. You're up on the same crowd. These are legends, you know. You're like, you could be one day you could be like them. You know, in your head you're thinking like, fuck, I wish I could be like these guys one day. You know, have my picture up on these walls and people coming by and saying, fuck, look at these fools. It never happened, but you know, it's just that idea.
Yeah.
And I remember it was a weird experience. I was walking by the House of Blue Halls, and all of a sudden I looked over, and this fucking Sand Dog is chilling right there.
Hell yeah, dude.
Then back then, you know, they were huge. This was when they were like blowing up big. You know, I'm like, fuck, that's fucking Sand Dog right here. And I'm like, I'm here with this fucker right here, dude. You know, like
I
this is crazy.
felt that way. I don't know. I think it was the Key Club. I don't know if it was called the Key Club at the time, but
Yeah, it was.
it was his band SX70,
Yeah, sure.
which is like their rock band, and he was right there just kicking. I was like, dude, it's one of those things where I go say what's up, but like I also don't want to get disappointed if he's a dick to me.
No, he
So,
isn't. He's a
and
cool
I trust
cat,
that
man.
he's cool,
He's a
but
cool-ass
I
cat.
didn't have the nerve to bother anybody.
Yeah.
Have you heard his new band, Power Flow?
I've heard of them, but
Yeah.
I've not. Isn't the bass player from Fear Factory in that?
The bass player, Fear Factory, the guitarist of Biohazard, and I forgot where the drummer's from.
And who's singing?
Zendog. And Zendog and the
Is
guitar
it
player of
rap-
Biohazard.
Rap metal?
It's good.
It's just good shit.
It's good though. It's really good. The music is very fucking heavy, and it's like kind of on that Cypress Hill rock superstar trip.
If you ask me, that's what was Cypress Hill's downfall. That fucking song. I think.
They switched.
I think with true Cypress Hill fans, because I loved I loved Cypress Hill. Motherfuckers are from Southgate, you know. They were fucking badass when they came out with that Black Friday album.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was a game changer right there, dude. Yeah. That fucking album was a game changer because like every fucking song was a hit. Yeah. But then, dude, all of a sudden, do you want to be a rock? It's like
they wanted to change a little bit. They wanted to touch. They were already on that rock side because of Black Sunday. You know, started getting the other crowd.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
you said Black Friday.
Sorry, I meant Black Sunday.
But that's when. But
it's when they got that TV for 40% off. That they waited all day for.
They had to step on a 5-year-old though.
You know what? He tried out for Rage Against the Machine, or he wanted to when Zach De La Rocha, left the band.
Who? Be Real?
Be Real. Yeah. Be Real called. I think it was the guitar player, and he said, "Hey, you know what? I just heard that Zach De La Rocha left the band."
Hold on, say it one more time.
I heard that Zach De La Rocha left the band. I heard that Zach De La Rocha left the band. I heard that Zach De La Rocha left the band.
Well,
I heard that Zach De La Rocha left the band.
Well, now sing.
And I want to try out. And they said no. Or it didn't happen. And a couple of weeks later, I say about a couple of months later, that Rock Superstar song came out. So he already had it in his head that he wanted to cross over.
Well, you know, I was watching a documentary on YouTube, but it was Dave Lombardo was talking about knowing Sendog and shit, dude. And that's probably where I don't know. I just think there's a correlation between him wanting to be part of Rage Against the Machine because of Dave Lombardo.
You said Be Real.
Be Real. Be Real.
So this Sendog also part of that whole transition with Be Real. So they were already going into that.
Sendog is part of Power Flow.
But you know what?
Yeah,
even then too. Remember, Sundog came out singing with Biohazard when we went to see Slayer in 1995. So
yeah, they had that song.
That shit was marinating with him forever.
He's always wanted to do it,
they had that song for the Judgment Night soundtrack.
That's right.
Biohazard, Sundog, and Slayer, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe that whole Southgate punk metal scene probably was in them.
Yeah.
And nothing against Cypress Hill. I still like them. You know, I think they're fucking badass.
We'll try to have them on here one day, man.
And they're fucking like original. I love them. I just think that the crossover works for some, and it doesn't work for others.
It was a huge hit for them.
It was
a huge hit for them, and.
But it's like for me,
yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want to buy another album. It's gonna be sounding.
It's like because they started they started hitting the K-Rock listeners. If you notice after Black Sunday,
Black Sunday brought in the K-Rock listeners.
That made so they had to they didn't have to, but they figured they were already involved in that scene. So
and then
when I saw Cypress Hill, I saw them with another hip hop group, and they were white kids stage diving to that dude.
And
but then you also got to think too. Korn had dropped. Limp Bizkit had dropped.
Yeah, that was the same time.
Linkin Park. I mean, all these fucking
Evanescence.
Yeah, all these fucking bands.
Holy shit!
I hate that fucking band. But all these bands had dropped, and
it was around that same scene you're talking about.
And you know what, dude? Slayer's no exception. Okay, Slayer's no exception because they came out with that album Diabolus and Musica. And they had like 3 songs in there that were, and it's like, stop what you're doing right now. And that's why till this day, dude. Well, now they're retired or on the verge of retiring. But even Kerry King says it. We fucked up with that album. That's why they don't play any. Yeah, they don't play any of those songs live. The only time they ever played any one of those songs live is when they were touring for that album.
That was their Saint Anger,
basically. And dude, it wasn't that bad except those 3 songs were like, nah, dude.
That killed the whole album.
They got electronic or what? They started.
No, they had some fucking
like some boom bap.
Yeah, like
you want to hear something funny? You just mentioned Evanescence. My brother got me into Evanescence.
Oh god,
he was a huge fucking Evanescence fan. I think he was more like in love with the chick than the music.
I like the vocals though, dude. I like the
She's got a
vocals,
beautiful
man.
voice.
Yeah,
I like them.
dude, it is
I like
beautiful,
their shit.
man.
Yeah, I like.
I
their
don't,
shit.
I don't dig the music, but I love the voice.
It's good for like scoring movies or like some big epic shit.
Or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like The
they got
Cure,
all
like
this-
you're trying to get laid and trying to hook up with a girl. Yeah, I like Evanescence. Look, I got the shirt on, baby.
I don't
They're
know.
the fucking-
That's a guaranteed laid, dude.
I can't.
It's a
do
fucking white trash metal. That's what I think all of it. You know,
not
like
even
you want to
metal.
fuck your sister to
Not
Evanescence.
metal,
Let's
though,
go.
man.
I
You're,
don't think it's metal at all, dude.
No, it's
I
not
think
metal at all.
I think it's romantic.
I can't do none of that rap metal shit, dude.
so Limp Bizkit is way out of your.
But
Your
here's
league.
here's the thing. Let me tell you why I like Limp Bizkit.
They throw a show.
Whoa,
I
damn.
don't want to contradict myself, but let me tell you why I do like Limp Bizkit. Because, dude, I'll tell you, the first time I seen them live, I'm like, oh great, these fucking idiots, right? No, dude, they fucking tore the house down, dude. It was like fuck,
Man.
you know. And I actually got into them because my coworkers would listen to that shit when we would be working out. You know, so the shit just kind of stuck with me, you know.
So you did it
Now-
all for the nookie?
So
He's
dude,
doing like fucking like
Hey,
sit-ups like
I-
upside
no, dude,
down
I'd
from
be
a
on the-
fucking door
dude,
hinge and
I'd
shit.
be on the fucking treadmill fucking singing their songs, you know? Or whatever. So that's why I'm like, you know, they're fucking cool. But dude, I'll tell you, I think what got me like sold with them is
Summer Sanitarium.
yeah, as well when they came out playing Sanitarium, the Metallica cover on MTV Icon Metallica, and they fucking smoked everybody on that fucking stage. Granted, they were fucking playing with the likes of like Sum 41 and Avril Lavigne and those fucking
Some 41.
yeah
The fuck?
shitty ass fucking bands. But
Wow.
dude, tell me that wasn't a fucking badass rendition of Sanitarium.
Of course,
they
yeah.
fucking tore it up. Korn came out after them and played one, and it didn't work.
No.
You know, it didn't fucking work.
It's because Jonathan Davis can't sing.
Yeah, you know. But that's why, you know.
What's the cover that fucking Limp Bizkit covered? The George Michael one?
Faith.
Faith, yeah.
I love that fucking song, dude. I love it better than the original.
I have to admit, like you were saying, like I was ready to hate, and I don't even remember why I disliked them. I just thought that Fred Durst was sort of like a weenie.
He was a douchebag,
Yeah,
dude.
but you know, I never gave him a fair shot.
Yeah.
And I've listened to them, and I think, you know what, I get it. Some of it's cool, some of it's heavy.
Did
I
you-
don't love all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go see it? Did you go with us to the Palladium to go see Korn?
I did. I was at the Palladium and I saw Korn, but I don't know if it was what you. I never seen Limp Bizkit.
Because Limp Bizkit opened up before they had a record deal. I think
I went to that show, but I did not go with you neither.
Okay, so they came out and he got fucking Wes Borland came out with a fucking Jason mask and shit. And he was wearing a Freddy Krueger sweater and like he was all like fucking like I don't know. But I know they played with the Liquid Habits and then it was Limp Bizkit and then it was fucking Korn.
That's a pretty cool.
It was a clean lineup and I gotta say that I was blown the fuck away by Limp Bizkit.
All right.
If they did anything right in their entire career, their fucking live shows were phenomenal. Joel and I went to Summer Sanitarium, and it was them. It was Linkin Park, you remember,
Yeah.
and some other bands I totally fucking forgot about. But what I will always hold respect for is that the Metallica fans saw Limp Bizkit before they even played a fucking note. They were booing them so fucking hard.
Yep.
They were booing them so fucking hard that you could barely hear the fucking music.
Wow.
It was fucking.
That
It was
sucks.
sad, dude.
It was fucking, dude. I was like, damn, that sucks. And by the end of their third song, everybody was singing along.
Moshing
Yeah.
and shit.
Wow.
Everybody, he turned that fucking crowd around, and
badass.
that was like, that's what it is. And you know what? This is what I hate about people as a whole, that how they turn on them just
Sure.
because they hear one bad thing that their friend said, so that person
Right.
turned on them, and then
Completely unfounded.
Well, that's,
yeah, and it's like a domino effect
Just like the
because
Cure.
they are the most fucking hated band.
you know that's what happened to
in
Beastie
rock.
Boys.
Yeah.
They
They said same shit happened to the Beastie Boys when they came out the first time. Everybody was booing them, hated them, because they came out. I mean, you know, it's a black crowd. Everybody's like, all of a sudden, they see these guys, and they were booing them, dude. Like, they were straight like, fuck these fools. All of a sudden, they started rapping, and everybody turned and started loving them,
Yep.
dude.
yeah.
Like, fuck these white boys. Oh, they're Jew too? Fuck that even more, dude.
And, dude, they say that shit.
Yep.
Heavy D spoke on this story, and he's like, dude,
The
he's
fun
like,
diddly
it's the
diddly doo.
craziest shit I ever seen. Because I seen from people straight booing them, hating them, to all of a sudden you're digging them.
Yeah.
And look at them now.
And they're one of the forefathers of hip hop,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. Thanks to Rick Rubin too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, producing that shit.
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird that 3 Jewish guys from the 5 boroughs fucking are the one of the forefathers of hip hop. That's crazy.
Yeah.
People don't want to accept that either. A lot of people.
I love that.
Oh
shit.
no, it's fucking Kumo D. It's fucking this. Is no. It
They
was
were
fucking
punk.
LL Cool J.
They were
Run
punk.
DMC.
They were a punk group.
Yeah,
they
they're-
were a punk group. They had
L-
some good hits out there, doing a lot of shit on the punk
Air Raid on
underground.
Mojo. That's one of my favorite punk songs.
They did a
Dude.
lot
But
of
you-
shit on the underground and punk scene, and then they just
They
happened
got
to
their
say,
name.
"Fuck
They
it."
got their name from Bad Brains.
Yeah, they did.
They wanted the same initials as Bad Brains. That's how they came up with Beastie Boys.
Yeah, so for
So
them to
BB.
break out into the hip hop scene, dude, that shit blew them up.
There's LL Cool J, the Beastie Boys, Run DMC.
Yeah, that's about it. And fucking
and Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh.
Yeah.
Was KRS-One Africa Bombada later or earlier or different school?
Different school.
different school.
Different school. Yeah.
You know, it's
But-
funny.
And
It's
Public Enemy
KRS-One
afterwards.
introducing Sick of It All.
They're all part of that scene. That whole
No, there's an album where it's KRS-One is introducing Sick of It All.
yeah. I mean, because
Crazy.
they're all fucking muses of Glennie Freeman.
Mm-hmm.
Glennie
Photographer?
Freeman, the photographer.
Yeah.
That dude's badass.
He has
Came
a
out of
book.
Sick of It All video.
Yeah, he has a
That's
book called The
badass.
Fuck You Heroes, and it's basically skating, hip hop, and punk rock,
Mhm.
and they're all it's a collage of all these photographs.
Yeah.
And then you can see like Public Enemy wearing a Minor Threat shirt, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I think somebody from the Ramones wearing a fucking Public Enemy shirt or some shit like that. I don't know.
That's badass.
But
You know, one of the
they-
things I trip on like the Fuck You Heroes book and all that is an artist that I respect profoundly, being such shit talkers. It's like I respect and uphold your right to talk shit, but man, I wish you weren't such a shit talker. Like, you know,
I'm sorry. I
I was
just don't
gonna
like
say,
to hear
Chris.
it. I'm sorry.
no, I'm just saying, like, you know, it's all good. Like, I get it, but I want to talk. I'm a shit talker at heart. In my natural instinctive soul, I talk so much shit in my head, and I filter so much of it out. But at the same time, like, I hear a lot of these artist statements. I'm like, man, why you gotta talk so much shit? You
Yep.
come off as a negative cunt.
Yep.
You know. But at the same time, I get it. Like, it's if you don't have it, like, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Yep.
So it's a fine line, but I kind of wish there was a more tactful delivery of their opinions sometimes.
hmm
That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, I gotta say this right now because I always thought I was gonna be the first one to say "cunt" on the podcast. Beto took it. Fucking.
Yeah.
Fight the power, y'all.
I'm still trying to work in twat myself.
That's
just
to come down
Yeah.
the road.
I know.
I'll edit that out.
You know, Robert Smith, you're a twat. How about that? You're a twat, Robert Smith.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I can't name that I could call that, but I just rather just if I don't have nothing good to say, I just won't say it.
You know what?
'cause
You know what? Just don't say that Robert Smith's a twat. That's all you gotta say, dude.
I never listened to most of the music. I knew a friend of mine who used to like him, and I just started. I never really got into his music, honestly. Nothing that I don't have nothing against him.
No.
I just never.
Fuck the Cure.
Yeah, if you were to show me a video.
Fuck the Cure podcast. You're listening to.
Hey,
Well,
but serious question. What's your favorite breakfast cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Frosted Flakes, dude.
Captain Crunch.
Con Place.
Frosted Flakes.
Con azúcar y plátano.
No matter what brand, no matter what you got back then, it was always
A
complex.
shit,
all
a
complete.
shit ton of sugar too.
See, look, Count Chocolate without milk,
Wow.
and
That shit's
Frosted
nasty.
Flakes with banana and
Cocoa
milk.
Puffs.
This
See-
guy used to eat fucking cereal with
And
Coca-Cola.
Coke, Shasta Dick.
I always mix my
Those are
cereal. I
Coke.
can never have one
No,
cereal.
fuck you. It was.
I
It
always
was, it
mix
was
Not Coke.
RC
Those are
advanced
Shasta
moves.
Dick. I can never afford Coke.
It was RC Cola. It was RC Cola.
I hated RC Cola after fucking 92.
Jesus Christ. Well, anyway, this asshole used
The
to
only
drink
time I like
cereal
RC
with-
Cola was during '84 when they're giving away fucking the free stickers, dude.
You know, the '84 Olympic
Yeah.
stickers.
Nothing beats fucking cherry Dr. Pepper. Sorry.
Oh, dude.
I've never
Do you
had
remember
Yeah.
7-Up Gold?
Oh,
Pepsi.
Pepsi
Crystal.
Clear.
Yeah.
Pepsi Clear.
Crystal.
Pepsi?
Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, they brought back Crystal Pepsi
How
for a
about
while.
vanilla?
there.
Coke.
Still didn't work, huh?
Vanilla Coke.
Oh,
That shit's
dude.
nasty.
Vanilla Coke and
I
fucking
hated that shit.
Tastes
vodka,
like an air
dude.
freshener.
You know what? Vanilla Coke
And vodka.
at a bar or like
with a mixed drink.
because there used to be this fucking bomb Chinese restaurant called the New Dragon on Pacific.
I remember the New Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, you remember when it was okay? You remember when it was across the street from Diana's?
Yeah.
And that was good. And they used to have the cherry cokes because they had a bar there in the restaurant. So they made cherry cokes and they made vanilla cokes and they were really good.
Well, because they put vanilla flavoring and all that.
Yeah.
Hey, but didn't it turn into the Swedish smorgasbord?
No, the Three Crowns. You're talking about the Three Crowns, the
Hey,
Swedish smorgasbord.
Hey, that fucking place is good. Dude.
I never eat there. I never eat there, dude.
Yeah, I used to go there.
So, what are you guys' favorite superhero?
El Chavo del Ocho.
Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
Toast Man.
Mine is a villain, Mojo Jojo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I like the Wolverine. Mine's a Wolverine.
Nah, it's Powdered Toast Man. I fucking love that fucking Ren and Stimpy episode. When the commercial. You remember they used to have those fucking commercials like
Dude,
log?
I forgot, dude. I blanked out.
It's better than bad. It's good.
All I remember is Beavis and Butthead around that era, dude. That's it.
Beavis and Butthead.
Dude, Chris, so your pad was the fucking mecca of amazingness when I used to kick it. It was like after hours, right? It's like late as fuck. I don't know why we were there, but you hosted us in the late nights.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Many a night. And it was me, Canonos, and yourself.
Yeah.
And it was, you would have like iced tea or awesome drinkage. We'd watch Beavis and Butthead in the complete pitch black on the Lazy Boy recliners in your living room with the fucking potpourri smell.
That red carpet?
Yeah, with that red carpet.
It was amazing. It was like, for me, it was just such a cool trip, man. It was, I didn't have no cable. He had satellite. He had like the New York feed 3 hours ahead.
We heard all that on the
dude.
podcast a couple of times.
Man, that's some good shit, you know?
Yeah, I didn't have cable. I had fucking satellite dish.
Dude, you had the big ass fucking dish on top of your house?
Fuck yeah,
It was on
dude.
top of his house. It was on the fucking side yard.
We had like MTV en Español 3 or Mundos.
Yeah, we had different.
All that shit.
Only had Sábado Gigante.
Yeah, we was
Dude, I just
watching.
had cable. I just had cable, dude.
So I guess we're gonna wrap it up, Rick.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. Okay, we'd like to thank
The Cure.
The Cure. We'd like to thank
Morrissey.
Joel for staying off his phone for about 40% of the podcast.
Hey, I want to know who identifies as a
David the
metalhead,
Sarcast.
or if you don't identify as a metalhead, do you identify as any particular type of music fan?
Absolutely not.
Also, for those listening, don't hesitate to drop a line on our comments section
Yeah, please give
about
us
the
comments.
things that we were talking about today. You're
The
not
Cure.
going to hurt our feelings. You
The Cure.
know,
Some of us.
just, maybe Chris's feelings. Cause,
Maybe. I'm a very sensitive guy. I'm an
Yeah.
artist.
Hey, fucking
So.
all Cure fans would just bombard you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. Bring it on. Bring it on, Cure fans. Come on. Grow a pair of nuts. Smear your fucking mascara and fucking give it to me, motherfuckers. Please.
That's some S&M shit right there.
Come
dude. What
on.
the fuck?
I want you to scratch me with your black fucking nail polish. Give it to me fucking good. Tell me why you like The Cure. Leave a comment.
See, my dream is to have Robert Smith come on the podcast and kill Chris.
No. We'll have like a fucking presidential debate on why he sucks dick and I'm awesome. How about fucking that?
You know the sad thing is, he got more pussy than you ever got, dude.
Yeah.
So, don't hesitate to drop a line.
I really don't give a fuck about that.
About what we were talking about and give us your opinion on what we were discussing.
We'd love to
Eminem, The Cure, Kill Switch Engage, and all the other
Slipknot.
different types of
Slipknot.
music and bands that we were discussing.
And prejudices and listening to shit because of some other reason other than your own damn opinion experience.
And if you have
Exactly.
any new music you want to listen to,
Yeah, let us know what's up.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
hot?
Hit
What's
us
happening?
up. Hit us up.
What are
Send
you
it to
doing?
us.
And for the record, we love all music. We don't hate on any musicians or anything like that.
We encourage you to send us. We encourage you to send us your music. We do listen to it. We may not get back to you all the time, but we do listen to everything you guys send us, so we appreciate it. We are trying desperately to organize, and if you guys want to be on our podcast, just drop us a line, and we'll see what we could do.
And we'll give you Linus Nieberg.
Yeah.
That's right. And we have an Amazon wish list, or are gonna put one together about all the stuff you could buy us.
Yep.
Yes.
If you like us.
Merch.
Dude,
You could buy.
Sneeberg, where has it been on my life? I'm ashamed that I was.
You gotta hook them up with a bottle, Rick.
I got a bottle for
Hell yeah, no. That's
All
some
right.
fun stuff, man.
All right, so we are La Clika signing off.
Yeah. Late.
Sayonara.
You gonna stop, Rick? Or?
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Nos vemos.
Ahí los miramos.
No.
al rato,
What is it?
cabrones.
Au revoir.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Nos vemos.
Adios.
Ya váyanse,
Smoke 'em if
cabrones.
you got 'em, man.
Ya paseo.
Don't shit where
Mama
you eat.
says hello.
Ahora ya váyanse, güeyes.
Aloha.
No, I mean, really, get the fuck out of here, guys.
Yeah. Stop. Wait. This is called the Drag Cast.
Flush the toilet, take out trash.
Dude, get
Bye.